Hello and welcome to day 4 of our Olympic live stream here from our studios at Epic TV. I'm in the studio with Mr.
Matt Wright. Nice to see you.
We've also got Mr.
Milan.
Milan is in the corner giving us some technical information on the climbs. We are going to be watching the Olympics, reacting to it, trying to give you as much information as possible during this 4th day. On the 4th day, we have got the women's semi-final lead round, and we've also got the men's finals of the speed, so the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the finals. So we've got all that to look forward to today. We are very psyched. It's about to start in a couple of minutes, but I'm quickly going to throw over to Matt Wright to ask, what are you excited about, and what do you think could possibly be the big factors in this lead round coming up?
Yeah, so I'm excited for the whole thing. It's going to be really, really good fun. The one thing that I think is going to change the results a lot is the route itself, because we don't know whether it's going to be a bouldery route or a very sustained route. And that could make a big difference for these athletes, because a lot of the competitors that we got here are either lead specialists or boulder specialists, and I think it's going to, I think the style of the route is going to, change the results a lot.
Definitely, that's going to have a big factor. Milan, have you got any little nuggets for us before we start the competition?
No, as Matt said, I think it's going to be really interesting because there are a lot of athletes that have a really narrow margin between them. So I think it's going to be interesting. And we've seen now that some of the lead specialists couldn't score points in the bouldering. We'll see if they can do a big score to compensate that. But I think it's going to be really interesting to see all of those climbers.
Yeah. I was looking at the scoreboard. I don't know if you can get the scoreboard up. Seb's going to get the scoreboard up for us. There's a couple of names that jump out for me that I think could make a big jump. Mori in 11th place. Her results this year have been, and she's been consistently a great lead climber for the last couple of years. I think she can make a jump from 11th, possibly up to the top 8. And then the other one is Sean Cho. I think we should keep an eye out for her as well. Not such a great boulder round, but she is a better lead climber.
Someone I'm interested to see is Laura Rigora from Italy.
Yeah.
She's obviously a lead specialist. She's absolutely insane endurance. But unfortunately, she didn't do great in the boulder round. So it's going to be very tight for Laura if she can make it into the final. But I'm really looking forward to seeing her performance anyway, and hoping that the route suits her. So yeah. Hopefully nice and sustained, very endurance-y. Not too bouldery.
Yeah, would be good to see a couple of tops.
Yeah,
it would be good to see a couple of top, but at the same time for Laura Rigora, she only scored 13 points. So that also means that even if she tops, to be in the final, the 8th place would need to do just half of the route, 50 points. So I think it's going to be really hard for her to score high enough, and for the other climber not to score that high.
I think it needs to be a super hard route, and just a couple of lead climbers do well, and she does really well in order for anything to happen for her. Right, we are live on Eurosport.com. The footage has just started to come on. We are due to start. Well, the live stream is due to start at 9:50. The actual climbing is due to start in the next 10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah.
So we are just getting ready for that. So 10 more minutes to go until the live stream. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you've managed to get it. We're watching on Eurosport.com. It is behind a paywall. We had to pay €8 to get to it. However, we're just going to have a month subscription, and then we'll probably cancel it afterwards. So you can do the same. And it does open up the rest of the climbing. We're now into the really exciting stages of things. Last 3 days, we've got the men's speed to be decided. We've got the women's combined in the next couple of days to be decided, and the men's combined as well to be decided. So next 3 days are going to be really, really exciting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. For anyone that's new to the live streams from today, so what we're doing is we're just going to be commentating over the Olympics. We're not going to be showing the Olympics on the YouTube live stream itself. So get the Olympics up on your telly. Just play this in the background. We'll be live commentating as it's happening.
Yes, that is right. We'll try to stay as in sync with you as possible. We'll keep kind of telling you time codes and stuff like that. So and climbers that are out. Yesterday we had a whole bunch of people watching from different places. People watching in Spain, Switzerland, watching in America, Eurosport.com as well with us. But we'll try and keep you sunk up as much as possible so that you can enjoy the climbing with us.
We even had many professional climbers and YouTubers getting involved within the live stream comments, which was really good fun. So yeah, it's a great opportunity as well for you guys to ask any questions that you might have. Stick them in the comment section or in the. We do have a live chat. Yeah, we've got a live chat going on. So put your questions in, whether it's climbing related, whether it's to do with the athletes. We can answer any questions that you might have, and give this video a like. It really helps us out. It helps this YouTube live stream reach more people. So yeah, it'll do us a big favor. Thank you very much for those that have done that already.
So just a quick one on yesterday's climb. Yesterday's day's climbing, we had the women's speed and we had the men's lead climbing event. So we decided it was the men's finalists were decided. Sorry, and that was a super interesting round. I found. I thought obviously the setting in the men's was super hard. We didn't see any tops, but what we did see was we saw a couple of climbers jump quite a few places. Alberto Hines Lopez being one of them.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance from Alberto.
Absolutely. He jumped from around 14th place up to about 3rd place. So I think there is still a possibility today that we'll see some jumps, Milan. What do you reckon?
I think we could see some jumps, but from 13th place, it's really possible to qualify. But I think that the people further away than 17th, 15th place, going to be really hard for them, even if they are lead specialists, because if it's long and sustained, so that would be good for lead specialists. At the same time, shouldn't be too hard for the other athletes to reach half of the way of the route, I think. So yeah, it's good and bad for them at the same time.
Yeah, and it almost seems as if some of the competitors that are lead specialists, they might not have necessarily done particularly well in the bouldering. Even if they do top the route, it's still looking very unlikely for some of those athletes to make it through to finals, which is really unfortunate.
For me personally, I think it goes down to Cheon So. Cheon, I think that is maybe the limit of who can make it to the finals. I'm happy to be mistaken, but for me, she's such a strong lead climber. I think that she could jump, you know, into the finals. Even with that bouldering round, it's pretty tight, but she's just about holding on to, 8th place. 8th place is currently on 64. She's on 44. So there's a 20-point difference to make up. And so I can't see anybody below that making it into the finals, to be totally honest. But
yeah, which is a shame, because we could see some amazing performances from some of the other athletes, but they might not necessarily make it through to final, which is just the nature of these competitions. They're deliberately set to target people's weaknesses, and the whole idea of it is it's meant to be a combined format, which means that those athletes that can perform well in different styles are more likely to actually do well overall within the competition. It's a savage competition.
Yeah, it's a savage competition indeed, but at the end of the day, we are going to have an Olympic champion. So just a quick word on the schedules. Tomorrow, we have the men's medal will be decided. So the men's combined, so we'll have the boulder and the lead round. So very exciting about that. And then on Saturday, we're going to have the women's lead and boulder climbing combined medal decided. So we'll be here with you on both days. Hopefully you'll be watching along. And just a reminder for those who have just joined us watching on Eurosport.com, it's behind a paywall. We've paid for the month for it. We'll probably cancel afterwards. We suggest you do the same thing. But if you don't, there are other ways that you can do it. You can watch on Eurosport 1, Eurosport 2. You can watch on your smart TV if you can find it. We're not entirely sure if Eurosport are going to be putting on Eurosport 1 and Eurosport 2. But if you let us know in the comments where you're watching from, how you're watching, that's going to help everybody else figure out as well. Some people might have those things called VPNs. Never heard of them, but apparently they're useful. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, again, let us know where you're watching from. We'll be very excited to see you. We've got some deals of the week in deals of the day, sorry, in the EpicTV Climbing Shop. Maybe this is a good time to mention that before the climbing starts. First up, I believe this is the EU one, right? Okay, this is the Vision helmet. It is now the deal of the day, and it is at 38% off, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, just confirm. 35% off. Sorry.
35% off.
So
Wow.
a very good deal. I got 37%, guys. What's going on?
Whoa.
Well,
Well,
that's
on our
like-
one it
sorry,
says it
that
was
way-
€89. Now it's 57. What a
Wow.
bargain!
There you go.
Oh
my
57
God.
euros for a helmet.
Lovely deal.
Super lightweight. It is a really lightweight helmet.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of an all-rounder as well.
I actually do use this helmet for trad as well. It's a great helmet. Really, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you forget that you've got it on sometimes?
Yeah. I actually had a lot of comments on a recent reel that I put out on Instagram where I was falling off Rhapsody. People saying that I wasn't wearing a helmet, but I was. It was just a black one of these. So you couldn't see I was wearing it. But yeah, they're
Wow.
great helmets and very, unnoticeable.
They must have thought you had like a really big, black, bald head. Is that what they were thinking?
Yeah, maybe I do.
Maybe that's a wig.
Yeah.
Okay,
Laura.
next up, we've got this Edelrid rope 8.6 Canary
Pop, pop, pop,
Pro
pop, pop.
Dry. It could
Yeah.
be used as a single rope, a half rope, a twin rope. It's a bit of an all-rounder. It is normally incredibly expensive, but if you're in the UK, you can get it for 41% off at £132, down from £225. That is genuinely a bargain.
Yeah, these are known for being some of the best ropes in the market as well. So yeah, that is a sweet deal.
It's green as well, which is, if you're Irish, a great colour. But if you're just generally speaking a fan of green, then you're gonna like this one as well. Yeah, this is a great. It is a great rope. Got all types of treatment on it, and you can get it in. Oh, what colours?
Oh,
You can get it in
green
neon
or
pink
pink.
and green, and you can get it in 40, 50, and 60 meters, and they're all reduced prices. So up to 41% off this rope. Go get it at the Epic TV shop, epictv.co.uk or epictv.com. Wow, there you go. Shop stuff done. Milan's looking very excited.
I'm more
Are you
than
ready,
I think
Milan?
We've
I'm
got
more
some
than
stuff
ready.
in the chat.
People are
I think we have
chatting.
some people.
Mark Collins, who has been watching the whole time. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Nice of you to join us. He's watching from Ireland.
Thanks, Mark.
Ashwin Ganeth Kumar watching from the Netherlands. HBO Max. Nice. Tar XL England, hoping they are showing on Eurosport 2. Virgin Media 522. Nice one. And Mark Collins, what a beauty. Thank you very much. I did not have a shave this morning, but I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
One quick thing, guys.
Yes.
Before we kick off as well, you'll notice me and Seb are wearing sunglasses today because day 4. We're quite tired. You probably would wear sunglasses if you
Hungover.
could.
The guys were out last night at the local pub.
we wish. Yes, the giveaways. The giveaways. We've had 2 days of giveaways,
Yes, we have.
but we've had no DMs from Anastasia.
We have had one
We
from
have?
Anastasia. Yes.
Okay, great. And
Anastasia, DM me.
yesterday's?
Who won yesterday?
Yesterday.
No, it was. I think it was an Italian name, Giovanni.
Oh,
Oh, Giovanni, that's
Oh.
right. Yeah, guess the exact time of the.
And I wasn't here.
Milan has one of the most insane
So
memories ever.
yeah, that's the giveaways.
For useless stuff only.
Yeah.
Giovanni, get in our DMs. Send us an email. We'll send you
Is it
stuff.
definitely Giovanni?
It was Giovanni. Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
his name.
You're right. Milan's got a memory. Best memory around. Best memory in the office. So
Giovanni,
and
puoi
today,
mandare noi un messaggio. There you go.
today we're gonna have a giveaway.
What was that?
Man.
Today we're gonna have a giveaway. Me and Milan normally like go away and we find some stuff in the back. So maybe we'll go away during the break today and we'll find something. How about that, Milan?
Yeah, I think we'll go during the break. That's
Yeah.
gonna be easier for us.
Okay, nice. Yeah, we're not going to go just yet. Right, if you're watching now, you can see everybody inspecting the route. This is where I normally throw to Matt Wright. Tells me, what the hell are they looking for, Matt Wright? And what do you think of that route so far?
Yeah, so they're just taking a look at the route, and this is actually our first chance to take a look at the route as well. It looks like a beautiful route. Look at all those massive volumes. So they're using binoculars to be able to get a close inspection of the holds. They're looking for texture. They're looking for the positivity of the holds. And what I mean by that is how in-cut they are or how not in-cut they are. It doesn't look like they're going to be that in-cut in this scenario. But it's looking fairly sustained so far, I would say. I can't... it's hard to know.
It's hard to know because all we see is people watching the route. There you go. Look, there's some of the moves. I mean, it's hard to say just by looking at it. But if you were down there, Matt, what would you be looking for? Like, what would you see in there?
Yeah. So, well, you're looking for an order in which you can take the holds. So, typically when people are route reading, they're looking at the hand holds first, and you'll try and piece together a bit of a hand sequence, and then it's easier to start looking at the feet from that point. So yeah, a little tip with route reading. Don't try and do too much at the same time. Just try and break it down into a couple of different stages. It's definitely best to figure out the hands first and then look at the feet.
And then obviously they're looking at the route, they're trying to plan out their moves, but when they're actually climbing, they're fully focused on the moves that they're doing. So how does that work mentally, that they know that when they're climbing, is it just a case of getting to a point going, oh, I remember this bit, this is what happens to this bit, and then you then you deal with that, and then you get to the next point, you say, oh, I remember this bit a little bit, this was this bit when I kind of saw. Are they going to be connecting with what they see now when they're climbing, or is it more intuitive when they're on the wall?
So what I believe the athletes do is they'll spend a bit of time route reading. They're all chatting amongst each other as well, so they're trying to get the best sequence that they possibly can, just by essentially guessing from the ground. They'll go behind stage, they'll continue chatting about it, they'll keep thinking about it, keep visualizing, they'll sit down and think about exactly what they're going to do. And that then is, I guess in some respects you can kind of describe it as if they're programming themselves. The idea of climbing is that it's best to climb as instinctively as you can. So what they're trying to do is get the best idea of the climb so that they don't have to think about it too much as they're actually climbing. And you can see now we're looking at a little tiny screw on inside the volume and things like that. It's very hard to see, so that's why they're using the binoculars to be able to get a better idea of what's going on.
And was I mistaken? Was there chalk already on the route? Did you see chalk there?
There is a bit of chalk on the route. I could imagine that's most likely from the route setters, because they need to test the route, see how hard it is, make sure it's all okay, make sure they've screwed everything on properly. Because I mean, it wouldn't be very good if a hold came off midway through the Olympics. That has been known to happen in World Cups, I believe, hasn't it? Sometimes. I think it hasn't happened for a long time, but it did happen.
That has been happening. I remember having to Sean McCall a couple of years ago. In quite an important climb as well, I think, and it was a bit controversial. And volumes have tended to come off with Jörn Kruder, I remember, at some point.
I bet. I mean, he's strong enough to pull anything.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just a quick one, just to remind everybody, this isn't actually Olympic footage. We can't show the Olympics. We are watching along. This is a little bit of commentary, kind of like a radio show where we'll give you our expert analysis. Matt will give you his expert analysis. I'll kind of let you know what's going on, and we'll basically talk you through it. And hopefully, you guys can let us know what you think in the chat, in the live chat. So, if you are in the live chat, let us know where you're watching from. Also, let us know how you're watching it as well, because that's massively useful, and you might be able to give a little tidbit to somebody else who's trying to watch elsewhere in the world, because it's not obviously available everywhere. We're watching it on Eurosport.com. We paid the monthly subscription to get it, but yeah, it's obviously going to be available in other parts of the world at other points. Okay, so
James Franklin. So keen for this semis. Yeah, we are as well. We're really excited. My hands are already sweating. Can you imagine what it must feel like being these athletes? You know, you've got the performance of your life, and it's going to be happening within the next hour for most of these athletes.
I wonder if it's these obvious guys are obviously very practiced at doing competitions. Is this any different to a normal competition? Is this, obviously it is, but you'd think that the ones that really know how to harness the energy of nerves and how to really kind of focus their minds are ones who just be this is just like any other competition. We do this all the time.
I guess that's probably what they're trying to convince themselves of, but the reality is this isn't just any old competition. This is the Olympics. And I could imagine that these athletes, as much as they're trying to use a bit of that neuroplasticity and a little bit of self-manipulation. The reality is that they're going to know that this competition is going to mean a little bit more than just the average World Cup. And there is a lot of people watching as well, which, I think is going to add a little bit of pressure.
Nice. Ents is watching from Germany on ZDF public TV. Of course, Germany's got it on public TV. That's because they like climbing.
Germany seems like a great country.
Absolutely. Milan, you going to be? Have you got something to add about the route? So you like doing a little bit of air climbing?
No, I'm trying to see it because they didn't show us the route before. They were just showing us the climbers looking at the route. So I was trying to, but it's hard when the level is so high above your own to think about the move that they're gonna do, because you look at some move and like, that's not possible. But for them, it's quite easy.
Something I'm noticing about this route is it doesn't have a lot of footholds. There's a lot of fairly decent looking handholds, but the feet are quite bad throughout, which I think is going to force the climbers to use a little bit more energy than they might want to. I'm feeling really nervous for the athletes. This looks like a really hard route. Yeah. You can tell that there's going to be some really exciting moves here as well.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday in the men's lead, where that first kind of boulder crux problem really kind of started to like tire some people out, and that's why people didn't get so high. And it was the guys that made it through that problem smoothly that did the best in overall in the lead route, I'd say. Yeah,
we've seen like a really surprising slip from Tomoa, didn't we? He just managed to fall off a really low section of the route, which we did lose quite a few athletes there, but seeing it from Tomoa was very surprising. So I'm wondering if we're going to see something similar with this route that we've got for the women's. Are we going to see a section that's going to spit off a few athletes that we're not necessarily expecting to slip?
Absolutely. Well, we are probably not too far away from seeing our first athlete. I think they come on in about the next minute or so, I believe.
Yeah. The action's about to begin.
Yeah! All right. We're very excited. We're very sweaty palmed here. First up, Mika Mawem.
Yeah.
Go on, son. Waves to the crowd. Incredible. French hero, French legend, former world champion. He came to the last Olympics, and I went to the Olympics the other day, and they do this thing where they like start beating the stick to the ground. Like they've got that in at the start of every event. They do like somebody comes out and goes doom.
And,
doom,
and
doom.
Do you know where it comes from?
No.
It's a tradition in French theater since Molière and all that.
Okay.
That before a show, someone comes on stage and knocks 3 times on the ground. So
Amazing.
That's why they decided to do it this time in Paris to.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's great they've got a Frenchman doing that as well. I love the fact that France does have such rich culture. It's a really beautiful country. I'm loving spending some time here as well.
And they put forward some athletes that are not here, so I also find that nice for athletes that are maybe a bit disappointed not being here, but to still be part of the Olympic Games at home.
Yeah.
Okay, Lauren Makaiba, can you give us a bit of background on Lauren Makaiba at Milan as she climbs?
Lauren Makaiba, she didn't reach any zone in the bouldering round at the same time. I think she expected it to be really hard for her. She isn't at the moment at the level as the other climbers, also mostly because there is not that much competition in Africa compared to Europe, Asia, America and all that.
It is great to see that the Olympics are promoting less developed countries as well. I think the aim of this isn't necessarily to have maybe the strongest performance over all the athletes, but more just to bring all the countries together. And
okay, let's have a little bit of a time check on this. This is the first run from Lauren Makaiba. She is at 5 minutes, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the
5 minutes.
Transmission for the talking clock over. So that's for you guys if you want to try and get sunk up to us. We're watching Lauren Makaiba. She is just at the point before the points start scoring. So she's just about to move up to the first points.
Great. So that's the first hold that she's hitting. She's looking a little bit shaky, which is understandable given the difficulty of this climb. You can imagine it's very hard. I would assume, given that we're watching the Olympics, that this route is probably going to be, I would assume, at least 8B plus.
I was looking at that. Lauren McIver takes a fall on quite early up, just after the first points that she scored. I was looking at that move. It looks like a hard move into that crimp. That left hand across, it's a big move.
You can see it's very sustained up to that point as well. It looks like every move is really quite hard and insecure, which is going to pump the climbers out quite a lot.
It's really nice to see her smiling. She just enjoys being there, which is, I think, really important. It's good because she showcases that there is also climbing in Africa, but she's still happy to be here. It's really nice to see.
I think from Lauren's perspective, she might not necessarily have expected to get into the Olympics, but due to the fact that the Olympics aim is to bring a lot of the countries together, I could imagine it's given her an opportunity that she might not necessarily thought she was going to get. I mean, if I was in Lauren's position, I would have been absolutely buzzing just to even qualify for the Olympics, let alone to, do well or anything.
Yeah, of course. And she hasn't done that many World Cup this year, so it's also a good experience to be in Europe. It's not as easy for them to come and do most of the World Cup that are in America, Asia, and Europe.
Okay, next up we got Erin McNeice. Give some background on Erin McNeice.
Erin McNeice finished 10th in the bouldering round, so she is still in a good place to qualify. Seeing the difference, the point difference that they have with other athletes, so I think she really still has a good chance to qualify. It would be really nice for GB.
Erin's one of my personal favourites, being from the UK. She's just kind of sprung up out of nowhere. I hadn't even heard of her until this year. I believe she's a Scottish athlete as well. I live in Scotland. I love Scotland. It's great.
Erin has had some fairly decent performances in the lead of late. She came 5th in Wujang in 2024. But you could argue that her boulder has been slightly better, but her two results in the IFSC in the last year or so have been pretty similar. So I think she's a bit of an all-rounder. So regardless, I think we could see a pretty decent performance here, but she's got to put together some sequences here, and this first move that we saw Lauren struggle on is going to be the first test, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing Erin's performance here. We do already have a high point.
She's gone up with the left hand, which she made that look incredibly easy.
Yeah.
So really good work there from Erin.
Wow, so the route so far is looking very sustained. It looks like we've got a bit of a boulder problem here coming up, but Erin, of course, is making it look fairly steady. Again, I think the feet here are still quite good, but as she enters the pink section, it's looking like the feet are going to start to get a little bit worse. It's slight, yeah. So she's entering some pockets now, and final, yeah, there we go. The feet, wow. She's not even using her feet.
Was that a one-handed
one arm lock up?
One arm lock off
and chalk up.
And chalk up. Wow.
Yeah.
That
so
was
she's
ridiculous.
Still managing to use her feet really well here, despite the fact that there's no footholds.
I wonder how many other climbers are going to struggle with that. She's looking a little bit shaky now.
Yeah. She's looking like she's still got a fair bit of juice in the tank, though. She's relaxing her grip quite nicely on these holds. Still looking like she's got juice in the tank.
What about the face? You were saying quite some interesting stuff about the face yesterday.
Yeah.
You look at the face to see.
So you can tell with the faces, like, how a climber is feeling. I can tell that Erin's still got quite a bit of juice left in the tank. She's not panicking just yet. You can tell when people are starting to get pumped because their faces start to scrunch up and they get a bit hot and sweaty, go a bit red. And they often start bending their arms, flaring the shoulders.
The elbows also, like a chicken.
Yeah. But no, Erin's still looking really, really good. And she's about to reach 30 points, which is really cool.
She's taking a bit of a rest here. She's just shaking off, getting ready for the next section.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good tactic.
I think resting's a really good point here. So what she's doing, she's just trying to relax her grip as much as she possibly can, straighten her arms out, try and relax the shoulders, give a chance to get a bit of energy back into those muscles.
This could be quite mature climbing because she might realize that she's probably not going to top it, but if she gets a half decent performance in here, that could throw her up the leaderboard. So
yeah, it really could.
If that does pay off for her, then that could be a good tactic. Interesting, very interesting. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect such a long rest, but now she's attacking the next section.
Yeah, Erin's looking great. Actually, I'd say she seems to have very good endurance from what we can tell so far. Of course, we've not seen many athletes on this route at the moment. We've only seen Lauren try it before Erin.
James Franklin says, God, my hands are sweating. So am I.
Oh, my hands are sweating. I bet Erin's hands are sweating as well.
Flo wants to put some liquid chalk on. I refuse to put liquid chalk on my hands. I'm not climbing. Therefore, I'd like to sweat. It's kind of like being in a sauna, but just your hands.
Yeah.
Here we go. Lovely move.
Erin
that was great.
Really, really good. So she's almost through the blue section. You can tell she's starting to get a little bit tired now.
Oh yeah, how can you tell that she's starting to get tired?
Her shoulders are starting to lift slightly. So notice how the gap between her neck and her shoulders is starting to close up slightly. It's an indication that her shoulders are getting tired and she's likely over gripping.
But she's moved through the 60-point section. She's up to 60 points, which is a great performance so far. I think she's going to want to, obviously going to try and get as far as possible. But in 1 minute 13,
wow.
She's
wow.
Unlucky.
Yeah,
what
I thought
there,
Erin was getting quite tired. So I think she just got very tired, to be honest. It looked like she didn't have much juice left. From what we can see from this route so far, it doesn't seem very bouldery. It seems to be very sustained, which is very, very good for those lead specialists.
So she's got a better score in her lead than her boulder, 64.1. 59.6 was enough for 10th place. If we look at the boulders, 64 points was good enough for 8th place. So it's going to be very tight for Erin. 123.7. From that one performance, what do you think about the setting? I know it's hard to say, but like for me, that was higher than we've seen a lot of the men's get on their route. So I'm not sure if that kind of indicates that possibly. Let's just watching Erin. Yeah, possibly it's a little bit easier. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I do think I think the main takeaway from this route is it does look very sustained. It looks more sustained than the men's.
Less bouldery.
Yeah, so with the men's, we were looking at two specific boulder problems that were really throwing people off. It looks to me like there's no real difficult moves here unless Erin just made them look really easy. It looks like it's just very sustained. And we call this resistance climbing, where it's where you're just trying to climb for as long as you can without getting too pumped and falling off. Looks like Erin completely used up all the energy that she had.
Okay, so you think that's why she fell? She was just a bit tired.
Yeah, I think so.
Would you say we're going to see someone top out today on the women's route?
I'm very confident that we're going to see people topping out on this route today.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, there you go. Just missed the hold. Milan, who have we got next?
We got Lucia Dorfel from Germany. In the first round, she didn't do as good as she wanted. We could see that she was really disappointed. She's only scored 29.2 points. So it's going to be it's going to be mission impossible to her to qualify. But I think she now just wants those kind of athletes with those kind of points. They just want to show what they're capable of. Because I think they're quite disappointed because they couldn't show what they've trained for years and years and years. So I think now they just want to show that there is a reason why they're at the Olympics.
Absolutely. She's definitely more of a boulderer than a lead climber. So we're not expecting huge things from Lucia, but you never know, and she's incredibly strong. So let's see what she's got.
You could say that the pressure's off a little bit as well.
Absolutely,
yeah. She knows she's not going to be able to make it to the finals. She can just enjoy this climb in front of all these people and not not worry about it too much on how far she gets.
Yeah, so she's down in 15th after the first. 15th after the first round. So she's going to have to do something pretty special to make finals here. James Franklin thinks that Murray and Yanya Gambret will definitely top out. I think that's a good bet.
We can probably agree with that one, can't we?
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm still hoping that Yanya is gonna top everything in these Olympics. She has so far topped the 4 boulders. If she topped today, and for the final as well, it could be really nice. It would mean that she has topped everything from the Olympics. She would have just finished the Olympic game.
Just completed it.
Completed the game.
The Olympics.
See you in 4 years.
Yeah.
Tara XL says, I agree with that. I and Yanya. For me, I think those two are obviously the really strong standout lead climbers. I also think that Sean Cho is an excellent lead climber as well. I think she's got a massive chance of getting a top. And Jessica Piltz, to be honest, I reckon Jessie has been looking super strong of late. Her bouldering has been right on point. And one thing about Jessie is when her bouldering's looking good, her lead climbing also looks really good as well. So I expect Jessie to make it to the finals. I expect Ai to do something pretty special as well. And Cheon So, I think she's going to be pretty close as well. I'm excited. It's going to be tight. I think, like I said before, I think everyone down to Cheon So has got a chance of getting to the finals.
The 4 people you talked about are the top 4 of the Lead World Cup in Innsbruck, which is meant to be one of the biggest climbing events of the year. So I think that's what we're going to see today.
Absolutely. Right.
I'm excited to see Natalia as well. Anyway,
yes.
Let's tune back into what's going on.
Definitely. Lucia Dorfo up on the wall. She moves past 30 points. I'm going to give you a little time check if you want to sync up with us. We're on 3 minutes 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21.
Lucia's looking great so far. I can tell she's starting to get quite tired. Maybe her endurance isn't quite as good as Erin's, but she still seems to be gritting her teeth and staying very composed. Yeah, something I'm noticing on a few of these moves through the blue, it looks like it's just really tiring the shoulders out for these athletes.
Francisco Riri says, if you guys have output volume a little low, maybe. Can we just have a look at that, please, Seb? I kind of noticed that the other day as well. Maybe just like bump it up a little bit. Lucia Duffel falls, unfortunately, on climb number. Well, she was at 51 points.
51.1, I think.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up there, Francesco.
Yeah, thanks very much. Total of 80 points. She's currently in 5th place. Oh, it's going to be tight. I think we're going to see a high scoring round, to be honest. I think we're going to see a few tops. I think we're going to see probably a higher average than we saw in the men's yesterday, that's for sure.
And considering that Lucia, we wouldn't necessarily say that she's a lead specialist. So the fact that she's got this high up on the route is telling us that it probably is quite sustained. And maybe we are going to see quite a few tops from the stronger athletes.
And you can already see that she didn't take that much of a rest compared to Erin on the big pink hold. She didn't take the rest a rest of 30 seconds like Erin did. Mm-hmm. So she maybe was already pumped and just thinking, let's get on with it, just finish it, give your best.
Yeah.
But if your fitness isn't quite as good, you're not able to actually recover as quickly as other athletes or as well. So even if you are trying to get it back, it's just not going to happen unless you've got that fitness there.
Okay.
Ben Wright says, to the point about Yanya topping everything, there seemed to be an audible expression of disappointment when she had her first fall on boulder 3, or is it boulder 4? I thought it was boulder 4, no? And she didn't get a perfect 100 round. Yeah, I think like a lot of people are wanting a perfect score from lead and boulder, and if she does get a top out on this route, then she's going to get just below 200. Which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, better luck next time.
Ali Camille.
Yeah,
We've got some Italians in the house. Let's go. Camille Moroni.
Yeah, let's see it.
Sitting right in that zone of not really knowing. She's in 10th place currently. She started off the day in 8th place. She will be expecting to get through. Sorry, Milan. Do you want to give us a little bit of background on Camille?
No problem. She's also a bit more of a boulderer than a lead climber.
Yeah.
She's meant to be better at bouldering. So she's 8th, but I think she's one of those climbers that are in the balance between qualifying and not qualifying. I think that's the place from 6 to 12. It's going to be really, really close for them.
Yeah. Cammie's looking great though. For somebody that we're saying is probably more of a boulderer, she's looking very relaxed on this climb so far.
Yeah, she's had some pretty good performances in boulder lately. In 2024 in Kaiko, she came second.
Wow.
And then in Wuzhang in 2024, she came 27th. So her boulder results have definitely been a lot better than her lead results. So she is more of a boulderer, and so she was slightly disappointed with her boulder round, I think, with 2 tops. I think she was expecting to kind of get a little bit better than that, but she still has a big chance of getting to finals if she can get probably somewhere around the kind of 60-point mark, I would say. Somewhere close to Erin, and I reckon she's got a solid chance to get into finals.
Something that's interesting is she's looking very, very good on this so far. I'm actually thinking that Camille, am I saying her name?
Camille Moroni.
Yeah, Camille Moroni. I think Cammie's going to get very far up this route, given what I've seen so far. She seems to be recovering really well. And yeah, still climbing really nicely.
Arms are quite straight. Is that a good indication?
Yeah, it is. You often see people bending their arms and they're starting to get tired. And yeah, you see the shoulders flaring. That seems to be the first thing that'll go.
Cammie she's gritting her teeth a little bit. Yeah. This is where Erin had a rest. Cammie is choosing not to. She's climbing through it.
Yeah, Cammie might not have the fitness reserves to be able to actually recover in that rest.
Yeah. So here, she seems to be moving a little bit more quickly.
Yeah, she's starting to. Yeah, she's going to be off in a minute. Yeah, there we go.
Cammie, that was a tough one.
It's difficult. Cammie looks a little bit disappointed with the results there. Yeah.
Just to remind everybody, we are watching Eurosport.com. We've just watched Camille Moroni do her lead climb. She's got 100 points. She's currently in second place, but we're not sure if that is going to be enough to get her through to the finals. I think from the look on her face, she knows it's in the balance as well. So we've got 17 more climbers to go. We've had 3 climbers. Erin McNeice is sitting top of the leaderboard after a 64.1 point lead climb, and Camille Moroni with 36.1 points after her. We're watching Eurosport.com. Let us know where you're watching from and how you're watching as well, because that could obviously help people watch it. It's not on every single terrestrial TV channel. It's not on every broadcaster. But we're watching on Eurosport.com. We paid for the monthly subscription, and we are able to get access to the full range of sports that are happening.
Just whilst we're waiting for the next competitor to come out, if you wouldn't mind just giving this video a like, it'll help us reach a few more people.
Sebastian Debka is on live chat. I'm going to say your question after this, because I'm going to throw to Milan to give us a bit of a background on Yanya Kaspikova.
Yeah, so I was also looking at the temperature in Paris. At the moment, it's still quite early, so it's only 22 degrees in the shade. So quite nice temp to be climbing, especially for summer in Paris.
And how about Yanya Kaspikova? What can you tell us about her?
What can we tell us? What can we say? She did really well in the OQS, but it was nearly one of her only comp this year. We also saw her in Chamonix, but she didn't do that well. But then during the OQS, she was quite good. She's meant to be a bit more of a boulderer. So also one of those athletes that should be doing a bit, should be falling a bit earlier than the other one. So I don't expect her to go really that far. But you never know.
You never know, exactly.
That's the exciting thing with these competitions. You just do never know exactly what's going on. You can try and predict as much as you like, but it's always so hard to guess what's going to happen.
What is quite interesting though, so far, is we are seeing the disparity between, well, Erin McNeice as a bit of an all-rounder. She's had some lead climbing experience and lead climbing good results. Compared to her technique, compared to the boulderers, she made sure to rest properly. She's she identified a place where she could get some energy back, whereas the boulders are just kind of powering on through and seeing how far they can get. So that endurance does count for a lot, we are seeing. So the more leader, the kind of the better leader climbers are probably going to have a good chance of getting high and making some difference in their placings at the moment.
Interestingly, strength does still play a role in recovery as well. It gets quite complicated, but there's something called like maximum voluntary contraction, and basically the higher that is, the more force that you can produce with your fingers, the higher that percentage goes up for what you can recover with as well.
Okay.
But that's again things that can be trained. So a stronger boulderer should theoretically be able to rest on worse holds, provided they've trained their endurance.
Got a few questions from the audience in the chat. What have we got? We got, what are your top 3 athletes from the round today? Asked Sebastian Depke. Top 3, go.
Top 3 who I think are going to do well today. Yeah. Yanya, Jessica Pilks, and I Murray.
Matt, top 3.
Yanya, Brooke, and Natalia. I'm going to go
choice.
with.
Milan?
I think Yanya, I, and Shio.
Nice.
Yanya who and who?
And Shio.
Okay, cool.
So that was from Sebastian Depke.
Yeah, nice.
And well, similar question from Tara XL. Who do you think will get through to the final? I mean, we kind of answered that. So thanks for your questions. Keep them coming in.
Who do you guys think will get through to the final? Like, okay,
Yeah.
who are your top 3? There you go. That's a good one. Top 3, because it's different. It's either the top 3 the top 3 from lead today, or the top 3 combined score, which will go through. I think it's more interesting the lead aspect.
So Yanya is very, very pumped right now. She's actually struggling to get the clip. You can see that she's struggling to get any energy back on these holds. She needs to, if she can, sink a little bit lower and...
Go on.
Oh,
no.
Oh, just unfortunately, she's looking very, very unstable on this clip. Will she be able to recover enough to get that clip? I doubt it.
She may not try
I think
it.
she's desperately trying everything she can to get this next clip at the moment.
Oh,
she's
she's
not
off.
quite good enough. Yeah.
That was hard. She shakes her head. She knows that it's probably not going to be enough to get through to the final.
I was actually in Seoul a few years ago, and I'm sure Yanya had climbed an 8C plus whilst I was there, which was really cool.
That wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me. She is incredibly strong and an amazing effort, but it's probably not going to be enough. She's currently in 6th place.
Oceana Mackenzie would just need to score 2 points to be able to qualify in front of her.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Right, Francesco Rey says, Yanya, I, Mori, Miho Nanaka. That is 4 that's a good choice. I like it.
I wonder if anyone's going to have a comment that doesn't have Yanya in it.
Everett has a good point. If this is an endurance route, Laura Rogera might do amazing. You know
I'm
what?
very
If she
excited
tops
for
out,
this.
she could, like, looking at all these climbers so far, if she tops out, that could be a massive jump. Absolutely.
Yeah, for those that don't know a lot about Laura, she actually was the first female to climb a route that was graded 9B, I believe.
True. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Yeah. At the age of like 16 or something. She was
Crazy.
very young. She's now, how old is she now?
Laura is 23.
She's 23. Like, feels like she's been around a long time, but she's only 23. But she did start off when she was like 15 or 16 on the competition circuit.
Ricardo Ribeiro as well says Oriane, Yanya, and Imori.
It's true, we haven't spoken a lot about Oriane in the prediction because she's meant to be more of a boulder, but with the first round that she has done, I think she can still do really good in lead climbing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if me and Ben Wright are related somehow.
Ben, he's the American branch of the Wright family, maybe.
Yeah, we must be.
Ben, what's your lineage? Can you give us a little bit? Just give us an
British
intro on your
background?
family tree. Yeah.
What-
How far can you go back?
What's your lineage? Back in old school Europe, nobility is here.
Yeah, exactly. Yitong Zhang is out of China. She is just having a little last inspection of the route. I think 40 seconds are allowed before she gets on. As she comes out, I think that was Sebastian who pointed that out yesterday. 40 seconds they're allowed before they get on to the route. Let's have a quick look. What can you tell us about Yitong Milan?
Yutong, she qualified through the Asian qualifier, and she's meant to be a bit better in lead. She finished 8th in leads in Innsbruck, so that's a really good result. So I think she could jump up the ranking with the lead climbing.
Excellent. That's good. I think it's about time we start seeing some actual lead climbers. We've seen most of the boulders so far, apart from Erin McNeice. It'd be quite nice to see the upper part of this climb.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I'm hoping that, how do we say,
Yutang Zhang.
Yutang. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Asian names, but yeah, this is amazing to see. Yeah, so there we go. She just entered the point system of the route, and yeah, this section so far is very crimpy. I think it's designed to get the climbers quite pumped just before they start entering the powerful section of the climb, which I'd say is this pink section. Most athletes seem to be getting a lot more pumped as they're entering the pockety pink section.
Yes, they do. That's nicely through that blue and white section. It feels like that first move is the first indicator of how these climbers are climbing, and Yutong seems like she tackled that pretty well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Yutang on this pink section, which she's just about to enter now.
Here we go. Yeah, it remains to be seen, but maybe that tactic of Erin McNeice to have really shaken out and taken a rest at that pink section will pay huge dividends. Yutang struggling a little bit with that foothold there on that foothold on the right there. That might have taken a little bit more energy out of her than she was expecting.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why. It looks like it might just be a complicated position but it looked like once she did get her foot on, it was quite stable from there.
Does it come down to a point of just you want to be as conservative as possible with every movement? Is that right, Matt?
With sport climbing in particular, every single second matters. You need to make sure that you're climbing things as efficiently as you can. And all it takes is one small section sometimes just to completely change the results.
Even just tiny little things like that double movement in a hold, that obviously can just like take away that little bit of extra energy.
Just a small hesitation, just a slight bit of extra time on those holds can really make the difference. But Yutang is looking great. She's just entering the blue section. She looked like she barely struggled on the pink section of the route, where we've seen a few climbers get quite pumped. I think this blue section seems to be where we're losing the majority of the climbers. It seems to be this section is maybe the most pumpy section of the route.
This clip, she's dealt with it pretty well, but that clip is where Yenya Kazbekova struggled.
Yeah,
it does look like quite a complicated strip. It's kind of like almost had to clip underneath her left hand or on top of it. There was a little bit of a sorting out there, kind of trying to get it through. It's not a straightforward one.
I think with Yanya, she just arrived there a little bit too tired, and because of that, she just struggled to find the power to be able to just lock off and get that clip. But Yutang is looking amazing. I think we might be about to see a new high point from Yutang.
She's moves like one or two moves away from a high point. I think she's at the high point now. No, not yet.
I think that was a good prediction, Milan, saying that she's more of a lead climber. She seems to be dealing with this like a lead climber.
I think this is a new high point from Yutang.
Yeah. No, it is.
What are we going to see?
No. Was that exactly the same, or did she just edge it ahead of Erin?
I think she had it a bit better than Erin, but we'll see how they score it.
She has been scored at 68.1.
Yeah, so they counted one more move than Erin did.
And that has jumped her up from 15th place to 4th place.
Nice one, Yutang.
So that was a good performance from Yutong Zhang. Still going to be pretty tight for her to get through to the finals. 97.8 combined score. Erin McNeice is currently winning with 123.7.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
really exciting for Britain.
Really hard for her to qualify. We're still looking at the last person that could qualify now. And hasn't done the lead round. it's Oceana Mackenzie, and she also just needs to do 20 points in the lead to do a better score than Yutong.
What Milan? What do you think about Erin McNeese's chance of getting into the finals?
She has still quite a good chance to get into the final. I think she should be going into the finals. When you see the other results that we've had,
she's already gained a place on Cami Moroni, so technically she's in 9th place worst. I'm not sure if that makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense. But she's already gained. She's already taken over from Cami Moroni in this round alone. So it remains to be seen whether she'll get through. But as we watch the replay of Li Tang Zhang, let's go to the chat again, because I think Ben Wright has something to say about whether you and him have the same lineage, Matt Wright.
Man, if I've got family in California, that's great news for me, because it means I can get an American passport.
That's not how it works, Matt, but nice try.
Is it not?
Maybe it's direct. If you've got a grandparent in America, I think then you'd be in the game. Maybe that's a little bit close.
I wish I had family in California. California is a great place to live. I've got quite a few clients in California, and they have a good quality of life.
I think more of the question should be: does Ben have any family in? Where are you from exactly, Matt?
The Black Country, just outside of Birmingham.
There you go, Ben. If you trace back your family tree, have you got anyone coming over from Birmingham area? If you do, then maybe you have got some family in common with Matt.
Yeah,
this could be amazing. This could be like
yeah,
this is your life
reuniting my
comes
family
together with Olympics climbing. Right,
yeah.
We have got the next climber. It's Zilia Avezu. Milan, give us a little bit of background.
Yeah, she's one of the two crowds' favorite, of course, with Oriane Berton.
I wonder why.
She's also, I wonder why as well. She's also meant to be, like most of them, more of a boulderer, but she has done also really well lastly in lead. Lead has improved a lot. She finished 4th in Chamonix, which is a really nice result, seeing that there were a lot of specialists. So I think she can do really well. I think she can still qualify. It's going to be hard for her, of course, but I think she can still do it.
Would you say she's more of a boulder specialist or more of a lead specialist, or is she just a genuine
She's an all-rounder. Let's say she has been climbing her whole life. She's from a family of climbers. So she's been doing everything since a really young age. So she's really a complete climber.
Her kind of physiological build looks like a bit of a lead climber. Would you say like that's?
Yeah, but at the same time, she's no Laura Gore.
No, absolutely, yeah, true.
Physically speaking, so I think she really has more the physique of an all-rounder.
Okay.
And she's still really young as well. She's like 20-year-old. A lot of the Olympic climbers are quite young. She did that no foot, campusing through it.
Zilia is looking amazing on the pink section of the climb right now.
So she finished in 12th place after 12th place after the first round. And if you're just watching to sync up, we're watching Zilia Avezu, and it is 4 minutes 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. There you go. That is Zilia Avezu, sister of Sam, brother of no one because she's a sister. But she is looking, sorry, my gender when it comes to brothers and sisters gets very confused.
Yeah.
But yes, she has had some good performances recently. She finished 13th in lead in Wujiang in 2023, and she finished 12th in Wujiang in 2024. So she's no stranger to the lead wall.
And being the Paris Olympics and all, Zilia is doing a great thing for a country right now.
You'd think that would help, that extra support in the crowd, the extra noise coming.
Yeah, it's especially that she comes from Massy, which is really close by to Paris.
All right, okay.
So she's really at home.
So she's a local girl.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Boost up, we see the AstroTurf pitch in the background. Oh, it looks like some nice primo Bona Dry AstroTurf grass there. Nice. Make a good football pitch.
Yeah, so Zilia is actually resting where we were watching Yanya fail to get the clip.
Oh, she's...
Will Zilia make the clip? That's what I'm interested to see. She's looking very pumped right now.
Yeah, she is.
Mal the Music is equally impressed by the campusing as we were. She campused her way through that pink and black section.
She
Come on.
seems to be skipping the clip though.
Yeah, but she's gonna clip
I think
now.
she's going to come back to it, is she? No,
no.
okay.
Sometimes when they know they're not gonna be able to clip, they try to do 1 or 2 more moves to be able to score a bit more points. And if they're still, when they fall in a position where they could be clipping, no points are gonna be deducted most of the time.
Zelia Vezu is currently in 5th place. It's going to be, well, I'm not
Hey, look at
sure
the
if that is
camera.
going to be enough to get through to finals. She would have, yes, I don't think, personally don't think that's going to be enough. Which is a shame because it's good. I think hopefully we're going to see one French in the finals with Oriane Berton, but possibly not Zelia this time, unfortunately. But she's young. She'll be back for more, hopefully, and hopefully we can see her next Olympics as well. It's a strong competition though in France, isn't it? The team is a very strong one. So in order to get into the top 2, she's already done amazingly well.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's so hard that if the laws, let's say, the rules were different, they would have had 3 climbers for the men. We have had Mejdi Schalk, who qualified through the OQS, but there were already 2 French athletes qualified in front of him in the OQS, so he didn't qualify. So they have a really, really strong field. I think maybe the 2nd strongest behind Japan, that has a national team that has like 30 men and 30 women, and so they have a huge field to choose from, as we've seen in Briançon, where the final it was 6 Japanese and 1 French and 1 German.
Absolutely. Even in the women's alone, in the IFSC rankings, they have around about six other climbers in the top 50, 6 or 7 climbers in the top 50. So it is a super strong team, one of the strongest in the world. Considering, well, we know that because of all the rock that they have in France. More rock, more climbers.
I think there's more rock in one valley in France than there is in the whole of Britain.
Yeah, there's a lot of rock in France.
It is actually mind-blowing how much rock there is in France.
Here you have Liu Zilu. She's from China, only 18. She's also considered an all-rounder because she has done some quite good results this year in bouldering and in lead. She has finished 2nd in Wujiang in lead this year and 3rd in Kekiao in bouldering. So
wow,
she's clearly an all-rounder.
18 years old and getting results like that, it's incredible.
Amazing. She is wearing what's she wearing? 5 Unparallel. Oh, she's on the Unparallel Cubit. That is interesting. That's the first time I've seen that shoe out in the Olympics. Unparallel Cubit is a new shoe from Unparallel, just released quite recently in the last kind of 6 months.
Quite recently.
Yeah.
And that's of course available on our web shop and in the shop, in the EpicTV France shop in Cluse. Come and see us.
You can come and see Milan in the shop, see him live. The man, the legend, Milan.
I would recommend ordering online.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice. Don't know what you're talking about. If you come here, you get to meet Milan in the shop. That in itself is an experience worth traveling hundreds of miles and kilometers for.
Well, some people come from, we've had clients coming from Australia, coming just to say hi to me.
To say hi to Milan.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And like, are you the guy from EpicTV France? And Milan says, yes, it's me.
To be honest, I would go to Australia if I was there to see me.
You would go from Australia just to see you.
Milan defying physics there.
I mean, I've come all the way from Britain just to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't come
I'm
to be on
blushing.
this. He just happened to be here seeing Milan, and we invited him on the live stream. Okay, so she's moved pretty quick up through this first section, which is impressive. Leo not mucking around so far.
Yeah, looking really, really strong. And just for those that are wanting to sync up, we're currently at 4 minutes and 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 4 minutes.
Man, you do that better than me. I think you should. Yeah, I mean, you're gifted. You're very gifted.
Gifted in the clock department.
Absolutely. Just to let you know, we're watching Eurosport.com, and I came from Australia to say hi. Lee Kujis, long-time watcher. Thanks for joining us, Lee. It's a pleasure to have you on board. What time is it in Australia right now? guesses, please, before Lee answers? I reckon it's probably about 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it must be quite late in Australia right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Luo Ziliu is now in second place. She's doing really well. She doesn't seem to be too pumped. That really hard clip was quite easy for her when most of the climbers struggled on that. So she's doing well. Ooh, going no. I shouldn't have said that. As soon as I said she was doing well, she fell. So at the moment she's in second place. Still in the balance. I should be possible for her to qualify, but it's really not sure. She's going to be in that middle group that are going to be in balance for qualifying.
Yeah,
you can see that even they have problem with detying the knots. Yeah, way less than me. But even professionals have the same problem as you do and the same struggles in life. We see here she was really strong on that pink physical section, using her feet way better than Zelia did. She may be a bit disappointed. It was lots of strength and stamina given just to be able to camp some parts.
Yeah, you'd think that she would have hoped to have gone a little bit further than that. She's currently, what's she in? She's currently in second place with a score of 111. So again, no, there's a chance she could go through with that score, but yeah, I think Erin's now jumped 2 places effectively. She's got a higher score than Zilou, and she's got a higher score than Camille.
Still strongly in first place.
Absolutely, yes. So we will see, but yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some disappointment from that as we look at the graphics on that crux move there, which seems to be a bit of a tricky one. That's where a couple of climbers have come unstuck. The clipping on that one is a bit tricky.
Do you reckon if these were just like individual boulder problems, you could do them?
No. Absolutely not.
Wow, okay, so things are about to get really exciting. We've got Laura.
Laura Rogera up on the wall. Milan, give us a little Laura intro.
So she's clearly a lead specialist. So for long sustained routes, she's really good. Her problem in lead climbing is that sometimes when there is a few hard boulder problem in the middle of the route, she has a bit more issues with them, as we've seen in Innsbruck, where she only finished 15th. It really depends on how it is and how the route is. That's going to be the main issue for her. But I think we're going to see that quite quickly in the pink than in the blue section, if she has the strength to go past those. And because, as Matt said, it's good to have a good strength base, because if you have lots of strength, each hard move is going to feel a bit easier.
Yeah, definitely, and it is easier to recover on worse holds if you've got more strength there as well, which can be very, very helpful on big, long, sustained sport climbs. So Laura was actually one of the first, I believe she might have actually been the first female to climb 9B back when she was really young, like 16.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, she's climbing with Wild Climb shoes. Who's a fan of Wild Climb shoes?
I've never used Wild Climb shoes, and I hadn't even heard of them until this week, so that's really interesting. They are made in Italy, I believe.
Oh no.
Guys, thanks for pointing out that my mic got relatively quiet after Zulu came off. Hopefully it's back on now. We just had to quickly change some cables. Hey, Hugo sounds good again. Thanks, Ben.
Just a little clarification. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, sorry. Yes, carry on.
She wasn't the first. She was the 5th woman to be no, 4th.
But the youngest.
No, I'm saying second. the first one is Angela Hater.
Oh,
that
of
did
course,
Planta de Shiva in 2017. Then it was Laura Hogora that did Ali Hulk with the extension total sit starts in 2020. Then Julia Chanourdi.
Matt Wright checking out fake news.
Yeah.
Little
But
trumper.
I thought, well,
Milan
I
with the
thought it
facts.
as well.
Little trumper. Right, Wild Climb shoes. That is facts. Who climbs with Wild Climb shoes? Let me know. Let us know in the comments if you're climbing wild climb shoes. They're quite a niche little company out of Italy, right?
We have one pair.
We have one pair. We don't sell them.
We don't sell them, but we've had one pair. So I also had a look at them.
One pair in our office.
Yeah, and we had a look at them with Matt yesterday, and she's also the only one I think to be climbing with shoes with laces.
They do actually look really nice, I would say. I'll be interested to give them a go myself.
She's definitely one of the more high-profile athletes. And look, she is doing a very similar thing to Erin McNeice. Am I right? She's having a little rest of this pink section. It worked well for Erin McNeice. She got a really good score in lead climbing. Is this going to work as well for Laura? Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, Laura is known as an endurance specialist, so we should see some good recovery from Laura.
Come on, Laura. Get
Looks
yourself
like
up there, man.
This move is giving her a little bit of trouble, though. There's quite a shouldery move here.
Yeah, I think this is what Milan was talking about. When it gets a bit more powerful, this is where she struggles. If it's pure endurance, that's her game. As Mark Collins pointed out, she is Miss Endurance. She absolutely is. She couldn't stay on the wall for a very long time, even longer than Teresa Corti.
So I think if Laura does get through this section here, this really tricky section where we've seen a lot of people fall off, we could see potentially a new high point.
Come on, Laura. I'm pretty psyched for her to do well here.
And Laura is looking great so far. She's just got the clip that other competitors have been struggling with.
Talk to us a little bit about, again, you're talking about the shoulders, the faces. How can you tell whether these climbers are tired or not? When does it start looking like they're going to get tired?
I think the first indicator for me is usually when the shoulders start to rise. So
what does that mean? I still don't quite understand what you're saying.
So if you look at the neck of the climbers, you can there's a gap between the shoulders. When they're climbing really well, the shoulders are low. So Laura, I would say, is actually still climbing really well. She doesn't look too pumped. You can see her shoulders are still nice and open. What tends to happen is when climbers get tired, that gap between the neck and the shoulders begins to close up. And yeah, the elbows then start chickening out. But Laura is looking really good so far. But yeah, she's starting to struggle. Oh,
so Laura just fell just then. At just that moment, she got a score of. She's moved up to 12th place with that score, 57.1.
Yeah, that's really unfortunately we won't see Laura in the finals, which is a shame.
I think that's a big tell though of how powerful that pink section is, and then into that blue section afterwards. It's more powerful than I think we realized.
Yeah, I actually did initially think that pink section did look really quite powerful. But the main section that I think is giving the athletes a lot of trouble is the blue section just after the pink.
I think it's just that kind of that combination of power then into more power type thing.
Yeah, you're kind of going from like upwards power to compression. I think that's quite a harsh combination because compression is really, really harsh on the shoulders. And it's hard to get a lot out of the feet on a lot of this section, which can make things quite a lot more tougher. Wow, Molly Thompson-Smith.
Here we go. Come on, Molly. Who's backing Molly? Tara pointed out that if Laura tops her total, means she will finish below Erin's score. Okay, but unfortunately she didn't quite get the top. However, Molly Thompson-Smith has to do something pretty similar in order to have any chance. It's top or bust really for Molly to get through to the final. Let's see how she can do. Molly, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to chuck over to Milan to give some bit of an expert.
Molly is meant to be a bit more of a lead specialist. When you see the results in the IFSC World Cup this year, she finished in lead 15th in Wujiang and in bouldering 41st in Kekwaya. So she's meant to be a bit more of a lead specialist.
So I've spent a bit of time in Sheffield over the years, and I've seen Molly climbing and training in the climbing centres around there. And one thing I can say
best mates,
for a fact, we are best mates. We made eye contact at least twice. I think I might have been staring a bit too much and weirded her out, but yeah, we're still best mates anyway.
Do you call her MTS? Because Molly Thompson-Smith is a bit long, so MTS I reckon is good.
Yeah. Just M. There.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, exactly. We don't, calling her like Molly Thompson-Smith is,
Yeah.
It's a bit of an overkill.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Yeah, me and Em are really good mates.
Right, 5 minutes are up now for Molly Thompson-Smith. 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Is anybody else screaming at the screen for Molly to do really well? Who have we got? Some Brits out there who are really wanting Molly to do well? Let us know in the chat. We being British, right behind Molly, really want it to do well. Milan being Belgian, probably doesn't really care. But
no, I'm just behind anyone.
oh, he's behind anyone. He's very good.
And
Really?
if I was to be behind a British, I would prefer her to be Scottish. So let's go, Erin.
Molly. Yeah, right. Is Erin? I don't know. Is Erin actually Scottish?
I believe she is, yeah. I mean, Erin McNeice, Muck is usually a Scottish thing.
I know, but Hamish MacArthur isn't Scottish, is he?
Yeah, but
believe
it's
he is,
Mac,
yeah.
not Mac.
Yeah, but you can't just say everything with a Mac in the name is Scottish.
I think most people with Muck in the name of Scottish descendant.
Yeah,
I believe
but like,
Hamish is. I'm
No.
sure he is Scottish. I might be wrong.
She was born in England.
this is the
she?
thing. I don't know if she is Scottish.
Oh, am I totally wrong?
Yes, she was born in Kent.
There you
So
go.
that's un-Scottish you can get.
There you go. Right,
Yeah.
as we watch Molly go through this powerful section, is she going to take a break here? As we saw Erin and Laura and a few other climbers have a little break. I think maybe Laura didn't actually have a break here, did he? Did she?
She did have a little bit of a rest, but it wasn't particularly long. But Molly is a lead specialist, I would say. She's climbed many 8Cs in Britain and a lot in the Frankendura as well. She tends to prefer more kind of bouldery, sustained, that kind of low sustained nature climbs, which is what we often get in the UK because we don't have massive cliffs. But Molly trains like an absolute weapon, so I don't imagine the British climbing is going to dictate her climbing too much.
So Tara XL, she basically was wiki checking us as we were claiming that Erin McNeice was Scottish.
Thanks, Tara. We might
yeah.
need you here to make sure that
Well
we're
done,
getting
Tara.
everything right.
I couldn't. Yeah, I wasn't totally convinced. I'm sure I've had an interview with her and she didn't sound that Scottish. But then I'm Scottish and I don't sound very Scottish, so I don't know what the rule is there anyway.
Yeah, I was very surprised to hear that you were Scottish.
Yeah.
But anyway, Molly's
Yeah.
looking.
Man says.
I heard some people with English-speaking kids in France.
Yeah.
They're Scottish and their kid sounds American. That's
Wow.
especially weird.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, guys, we're just looking at Molly right now, and she's looking really, really good. Oh no!
Why
it's
did you
just-
say that, Matt Wright?
Oh, every
Ben
time
Wright's
I've
cousin.
said that, they've just come off. So yeah, I need to stop
You're
commentating.
supposed to be an expert. You're supposed to see her shoulders flare up.
Oh, sorry, Molly. I've just absolutely sabotaged your go. Yeah, she's looking super happy though. I think for Molly, she was really happy just to qualify for the Olympics and just be there. So, you know, she's a super lovely woman.
Matt trying to dig himself out of the hole.
Yeah, sorry, Molly. Sorry, Em. Yeah.
Ruined MTS's M's
Yeah.
Olympics. No, come on. She did really well to get here. That was
Yeah.
that's a great 57 points on that lead thing. Lead wall.
yeah.
She's gonna be pretty happy with that.
The Brits do love Molly as well.
Matt and Milan are coming on strong with the commentator's curse today. Absolutely. Ben Wright hit the nail on the head. Guys, maybe you should just stop and let
Yeah.
me do it. And
Yeah.
I'll probably I'll say everybody's doing really, really badly and they'll probably top the rest of the routes. Oh, that was close. I really wanted to do a little bit better than that. I was hoping that she'd really get up to the top section. She was looking pretty strong there, and then it just kind of that powerful sequence with the pinks and the blacks and the blues that kind of took its effect, didn't it? As she tried to move up to the 60th point, didn't quite reach it.
It does just show how hard this route is, though.
Here we go. Ocean McKenzie.
Sorry,
Milan,
Matt.
talk us
Sorry,
through.
Matt.
Ocean McKenzie from Australia. Milan, what have you got?
We have now one of our strongest contender, I would say, because she finished 4th of the bouldering and she's also known to be quite good at lead climbing. Lately, she has been doing really well. She has been finishing 11th in Chamonix. So I think with lots of lead specialists, so I think she's going to do really well and she's going to be able to normally to qualify for the finals, hopefully.
Big shout out to Lee Kugis, who is getting very excited. Go Aussie! Aussie,
Yeah.
Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi.
Is it Lee Kugis? Do you pronounce the S, or is it Lee Kuj? Lee Kuj. I think Lee Kuj is very nice, and you're French, from French descendancy.
Lee, do you know which Australian state Oceania comes from? Because I'd be quite curious to hear that. I spent a bit of time in Tasmania, and
really?
it's bloody amazing.
Lee's psyched. Victoria. Come on.
Victoria.
Here we go.
Cool.
Let's back the Aussie. Come on, Oceania. I don't think we had an Australian in the last final of the climbing at the last Olympics, so it would be fantastic to have one in this as well.
Anna Davey was the last Australian athlete that I was aware of.
Anna Davey, yeah, that's a blast from the past. I haven't seen her for a while. She's got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, really successful.
Really good
channel.
one. Yeah, she's really great. Absolutely, yeah. Oceania looking really strong with this one. I think Oceania's got a YouTube channel as well.
Has she?
Yeah, she did a video with Yanya Gambret, which exploded a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Lee Kugis, she's doing us proud. Going OC.
Oi, oi, oi.
Come on, Oceania.
Come on,
Looking
Oceania.
really good through the powerful
Let's
pink
go.
section.
And I don't know why, but you didn't talk about Richard's question, who was asking why we didn't have a clock on the live stream.
Yeah, Seb, why don't we have a clock?
Richard, can you guys put the time on the stream so we can sync our streams? Okay, Richard, I'm going to count you in. 4 minutes, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 minutes, 59. There you go.
Yeah, I think she keep going.
Richard.
Fantastic.
Maybe she'll probably do quite well if we just like count her down.
Yeah, that's 3 minutes.
Have
50.
we put anything on social media to say that we're up on? Has Teresa managed to get anything up?
Oh, Oceania's looking great. She might actually be taking first place if she gets through the next maybe 10 moves. But she is probably slightly more of a boulderer.
Yeah, she is. Definitely.
Doing us proud. Go on,
Yeah.
OC. Come on,
So
Lee.
she's
We're rooting for you as well. Come on.
Come on, Oceania. So Oceania's about to enter the really tricky clip that we've seen from a few of the other athletes. Is she going to be able to get that clip nice and fast?
Come on, Oceania.
Oh, she's choosing to climb a little bit past the clip. Yep.
Is she from there? That was why.
Well, she got that first place, didn't she?
Well, Oceania is now qualified for first place, we believe.
Qualified yet, I don't think.
She's in first place.
It's not a done deal, but she is in first place. She's just edged ahead of Erin on 124.7 points. And Erin is on 123.7 points. Right, we're just going to like do a little bit of a thing for Instagram.
Yeah.
Let's pretend like we're getting really excited about the thing. She's got... What? Oh! It's going Good climbing. Nice.
Yeah. I do promise that not everything is completely
Staged.
staged.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we are very excited though that Oceania has. That was a good outing.
That
good
was
effort,
really
mate.
cool.
Nice one. Lee is very psyched. Anyone else psyched for that? Anyone else watching from Australia? That was excellent.
Oceania.
Really, really good. Okay, here we go. Mia Krampo from Slovenia. She finished in 17th place. Sorry, I keep doing that. Milan, you tell us where she's at.
Where she's at. She finished. She didn't do quite well compared to who she is in the climbing world. She just finished 17th with 28.4 points, but she's meant to be better at lead climbing. So really hope that she's going to do well, just to show that she has her place in the Olympics. I think that's for most of those athletes, that's the main goal when they have not done so well in the first round. Not too much pressure, just doing what they can do and what they love to do.
You'd think that if she wants to qualify, she's going to have to get at least around about 110, 111 points. So probably score about 80 or 90 would be good. So she's probably going to have to get right to the top if she wants to qualify for the final. But
It would be great to see her top, though.
it would be great to see a top. But it's... Eurosport 2 has switched to Taekwondo, Tara XL says. So unfortunately, Eurosport 2 has not got this. Where else can Tara watch it? Let us know in the comments. Can she get a VPN? Can she watch it somewhere else? Let us know as soon as you can. Tara, what have you got in terms of watching apparatus? Can help her out, guys. Come on, we want Tara on, be able to watch along with us.
So
let us know any information that you got.
So apparently, the Canadian VNP works.
Canadian VNP. Sorry, VNP.
We can't say the correct.
No, that's true. BPNV.
Yeah.
France TV, Ricardo Ribeiro. That's a good shout. Tara, if you've got a VPN, VPN, that's fine. Let's just say it. We'll beep it out. Tara, if you've got VPN, France.tv. I think that's right.
Yeah.
France.tv has got it.
Just put France TV.
Yeah.
And
you just have to sign up. And if you've got VPN and you say you're watching in France, then you can watch it. VPN is not as hard as people might think it is. I've even been able to do it, and I'm not so techie. So just go download one of them. We can't tell you which one, though. I don't have a VPN, Tara. You're gonna have to get a VPN. Oh,
yeah, but
just download apps on your phone. They're all free. Well, they're not all free. There are free VPNs.
Yeah, but don't pay for one, because if you pay for one, it's going to be more expensive than just paying for Eurosport.
Yeah. Lika just says we're gonna have to call this like someone calling a horse race. Every move described. Okay.
Yeah, she's clipping.
Can we do this? Matt, go. You'll go to commentating move by move. Let's go.
Move by move. Okay, so we're watching Mia. She's currently got a left hand undercut.
What hold is she on?
Left hand undercut, 3-finger drag, and she's about to reach a right hand to a sloper. Well,
3 minutes 11, 3 minutes 10, 3 minutes 9, 3 minutes 8, 3 minutes 7, 3 minutes 6. There you go. If you sunk up. Carry on. Sorry, Matt.
Right hand to the sloper. Come on, Mia. So Mia is just entering the most powerful section of the route. This seems to be where we've been losing a lot of the climbers, especially with a tricky clip. It doesn't necessarily seem to be particularly bouldery, but it does seem to be energy sapping, which is, probably quite a similar thing to bouldery. So, is she going to get the tricky clip? Absolutely cruising it. No issue whatsoever for Mia. She's clearly got a lot of energy left in the tank. And some really quite crazy leg sleeve.
I like it with Mia because she has a really special and personal habit. Whenever she's choking up, she will wipe the extra choke on her shorts, and she always does that. She is not blowing on it, she's always wiping it down. So I think that's one of the athletes we would always be able to recognize her.
Oh, bad news for me. That was an unfortunate slip. Looked like a heel just went at the last minute there. But is this going to be enough to get her into the final?
No, it's already sure that she is not qualified.
It's really unfortunate for Mia.
Okay, so I'm to be honest, I'm more interested right now on the story of whether Tara XL can get on Google and find herself a VPN.
Should we comment that?
Please
instead?
update us, Tara. We want to know what's happening in your story, because it is maybe not quite as exciting as the climbing, but it's almost as exciting as the climbing, whether we could do it. Everybody's like helping out. Tommy in the air just said, just Google VPN. I'm sure he said that in a nice voice. Tara XL says, I'm working on it. Okay, keep us updated. Okay, because, if you can do it, I don't mean this to sound insulting, anyone can do it. So keep going. Here we go. Look, here come, people are just chucking in the ideas of the VPN. This is great.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
This is the alternative narrative that this live stream needed, okay? We've got two narratives going at the same time, both equally exciting. Can Tara XL get a VPN? And can Seon Cho qualify for the final of the Olympics?
I think she definitely can. She has been doing quite well. She's a lead specialist. She has finished, I think, third in Chamonix. If I check my cheats.
No, it's not a good idea.
Yeah. She's finished third in Innsbruck lately. So that means she's a really good and strong lead climber. So I think she can still qualify.
Sorry for interrupting you there.
No problem.
You'll pay later on.
Yeah.
You'll pay later.
Sometimes I just get very excited. Yeah, it's not a good idea for me to try to pronounce any Asian names.
I'll do you phonetically. Chaeyoung
Chaeyoung
So.
So.
Chaeyoung So. Yeah.
Chaeyoung So.
We've got a lovely interview with Chaeyoung So on Climbing Daily. We did in Innsbruck at the World Cup.
Speaks very good English.
Check it out. Very good English. It's really good. So yeah, check it out if you get a chance.
Probably better English than me.
Than most Brits, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ouch. Sorry.
People really getting behind Tara in the comments. I'm here for the real event. You've got this, Tara.
Yeah.
Lee Kuja says she's a lead weapon. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Tara as well. So it's really hotting up in the comments. Tara, keep updating us if you can. In the meantime, the second most important event of the day is the lead climbing, and Chaeyoung So slowly but steadily comes into the points. The pressure. There's a lot of pressure, Tara. There's a lot of pressure.
We could possibly get her on Zoom if you like. We'll
That's
see.
true.
Oh
Tara,
yeah. Should we do a Tara interview?
we can literally talk you through it, Tara, if you want to come on Zoom. We maybe even could. No, she can't see the camera. We couldn't like show her the climbing. No. I'm sorry, Tara. We're trying to problem solve here for you. But I think we can make this work. Nothing like a bit of pressure to get something done.
So Sayo's just about to enter the most the area that we believe to be some of the most powerful climbing on the route, which is the pink section. It might not be. We might be completely wrong, but it looks very powerful. And yeah, there's very few feet through this section, so it's very energy sapping for the athletes. And just after this, you have a really, really tricky compression section, which involves that tricky clip.
If anybody else has got any more suggestions for the VPN in the comments, please let Tara know. A lot of you actually came for the climbing, but are staying for the relatively high tension-based narrative story of whether Tara can get a VPN. She's feeling the pressure now, but I feel like if we put pressure on her, she's more likely to get the job done. In the meantime, speaking of getting the job done, Chaeyoung So, somebody's corrected us on our pronunciation in the comments. Ben Wright says, I think Chaeyoung's family name is pronounced like Su. Su. Su.
Chaeyoung So.
Chaeyoung Su. 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 Chaeyoung Su. Okay, thank you very much, Ben. Ben is indeed Matt's cousin. We had that confirmed by a lineage expert that's come on. By the name of Flo. And all types of things happening on this live stream. It is quite incredible. We're putting families together and we're getting people to download VPNs.
There's an update from Tara, by the way, guys.
She's on Mac.
She's on a Mac, which technically should make it even easier. So which is great. Things falling in your favor, Tara. That's a good update, though. I like it. Okay, Chaeyoung So moving through the very powerful blue and black section. How is she looking? She's looking on time 2 minutes 53, 2 minutes 52, 2 minutes 51, 2 minutes 50, 49, 48, 47. How's she looking, Matt Wright?
Chaeyoung is looking so far so good. This is the move that everyone's been following. She just statics it. Of course she does. That's amazing. Wow. And yeah, she's cruising through potentially to a new high point on this climb.
Is this where is this a new high where others got to? Others
yeah,
at this point,
is.
right?
No,
she's just about. Is she going to stick it? If she sticks it, it's a new high point. She's
come on!
Wow, such insane stamina.
Oh,
wow! I believe that is a new high point though.
Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? She is currently in third place. Okay. Wow, but that is the highest point, 72.1 she scored in that round. And that has put her in some pretty decent company up there. 116 points. Oceana is looking very pleased. I think she realized that she's qualified for the final.
That she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We have seven climbers to go.
Yeah, she's qualified.
Oceana has qualified for the final. We have 7 climbers to go.
Oceana is qualified for the finals.
We have 7 climbers to go.
That's wicked.
I'm just repeating myself.
We're on
repeating
a loop.
each other.
It's a loop.
It's back on Eurosport 2. Oh, yes. Tara XL is back on with us. Thanks, Lee. I'll just prep in case I need it later. Lee, I use Windscribe free on my Mac if you need another option. You know what? If we're just checking out VPNs, I'm just going to tell my one. ExpressVPN, that's a really good one as well. I'm not sure which is the cheapest one.
Yeah. I think we need to have a sponsored video with the VPN.
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon.
And
that
then
could
we'll
be the
have
next
problem
thing.
with the Olympic, IFSC and all that.
League is very, very happy about OC making finals. OC, oi, oi, oi. It is now going to be touch and go for Erin Mintis and Cheon So. I think those two are the ones in with a shout. Allez les Bleus.
Yeah.
Oriane Berton.
It's no Oriane Berton time. She's
Milan,
the
give us what you
second.
got. Sorry.
She's the second youngest competitor today after Luo Zilu from China. She has finished second in the bouldering, doing 3 tops out of 4. She's mostly a boulder, but she's also quite good at lead climbing. So I think she should do well and she should be able to qualify.
And being the Paris Olympics and a French athlete, that's really exciting.
I think she's actually not from continental France, as we said. She's from the islands. She's from Réunion.
Les Outremer.
Yeah.
So, but that's the same. She'll have the same support as if she was from the continent. It's still
Absolutely,
France. It's
yeah.
exactly the same.
She still counts.
Just about.
She still counts. But she's been having a great time of it recently in recent competitions. So we would expect her to make it through to the finals. She's currently, as it sits, in 9th. So she's just got a few moves to kind of make it to the top 8. But she'll want to solidify her position. She'll want to get through that top section and hopefully try and score around about 30 or 40 points in order to absolutely confirm her place in the finals. If she gets above Erin McNeice, she will get into the finals. So she has to get a score around about 40 points. Timing wise, if you guys want to sync up, she's on 4 minutes 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. I'll give anybody 2 points, 10 points if they can name her coach that they just...
I was going to say it, so I'm happy I didn't say anything about him.
Okay. If anyone can name her coach, she's a very famous climber from France, former world champion. You get 10 points.
Just whilst we're waiting for Oriane to enter the resting position, we'd like to ask you guys if you wouldn't mind just liking this video. It would really help us reach a few more people.
Like. Just go like this. Actually, you can only do 1 like per computer. Maybe just do, if you want to do like do some finger training, do this one in the live chat. Look at my hundreds. Look at my hundreds. Look at my hundreds. Look at my hundreds. Anyway, back to the action. Oriane Berton is moving through. She's in 4th place behind Cheon So. She is now in 3rd place. Cheon So has been relegated down to 4th place. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be really tight for that top 8.
Erin did set high standards for these other athletes. So, are we going to see Oriane entering the finals? She's just about to enter the very tricky clip.
She is qualified.
Awesome.
She moves into 2nd place as Milan says she has qualified for the finals.
Is she going to get into 1st?
She's into 1st place. There she goes up into 1st place.
Lovely.
So she is looking really strong.
You can see the support for Zelia Avezu.
Oriane's actually got a knee bar in at the moment, which is a great way to rest.
Likuya says
double knee bar.
Double knee bar.
Well, not quite. Like a one after the other knee bar. How would you call that? Consecutive knee bar. But
it was a great effort, Oriane. Still in 1st place, which is really cool.
She's in 1st place. Erin McNeice is going to be touch and go whether she can make it. Oceana McKenzie has made it. Cheon So and Erin McNeice are still in the game, but it's going to be super tight. Who's calling up? Who's supporting either of those? Erin McNeice or Cheon So? Sorry, I keep getting the pronunciation right. Cheon So. Let us know if you're backing those guys. Lee Kudja's doing a little bit of grammatical work in the chats. Appreciate it, Lee. Thanks very much. Apparently it's Oshi.
Oceana.
Pronounce Oshi like you would at the start of the word ocean.
Like
Hashtag helping. Nice. Okay, Oriane walks off. I'm getting some sign language from Flo. What are you saying, Flo? More comments. Read more comments. Okay, fine. A lot of them are about the VPN story. We're okay with Tara at the moment because she's back in Eurosport 2. But I think it's good. It's a good time now, Tara, to prepare for the unexpected and get yourself a VPN. They're not that expensive.
There are free ones as well.
Are there?
Yeah. I've got a free one on my phone.
Oh.
So what's something? It's a. So I'm from Britain, obviously, and what's it called? It's like a unicorn logo for the app.
Osh. Oh, it's just Osh. Thanks. Leah's phonetically spelt out how to say Osh in the comments. Thanks very much, Lee. What else? Ben Wright says, thanks, Lee. I was trying to figure out how to explain that myself. Tarek Sal says, I've got fingers crossed for Aaron, but I want to get behind Jesse P and I. Nice. Yes. Jesse P coming up as well. Right, Miho Nanaka. What have we got on Miho? Mr. Milan.
What do I have on
us?
Miho Nanaka? She has been doing really well. She has qualified through the OQS, finishing 4th in Shanghai and 2nd in Budapest. So one of the strongest contender from the OQS. She's meant to be an all-rounder climber. She has finished in her 2 IFSC World Cup this year. She has finished 18th in lead in Wujiang and 13th in Kequiao in bouldering. So she's a bit of an all-rounder.
She is obviously also a Olympic silver medalist from 3 years ago. It wasn't 4 years ago. It was 3 years ago. She in Tokyo. She came 2nd behind Janja Garnbret.
Wow.
So that is her pedigree.
That is awesome.
She is undoubtedly one of the best climbers in the world. She has been, and she currently, I would say, is in pretty decent form. She's always pretty solid on her performances. She comes very consistently in the top 6 on IFSC events. So she is definitely a dark horse. Not even a dark horse. She is one of the favorites to win this if there is a slip up from Janja.
Yeah, and she's one of the 3 climbers that are 27, and they are the oldest in the field for the women. So that proves that the climbing being an Olympic sport for not so long, you have lots and lots of really young climbers who have always seen climbing being professional, which wasn't especially the case for the older athletes that we see. So there is her, Jessica Pils, and Jenia from Ukraine that are 27-year-old.
Yeah, and we spoke about a lot yesterday in the men's about the guys that know how to perform when it really matters. Miho Nanaka is definitely one of those climbers. Lee Ku just says it just very in a concise way in the chat. Knows how to podium. Exactly. She knows how to put a performance together when it really matters.
She also knows how to make herself look really cool. Like, look at the way the hair contrasts with the really cool Japanese clothing. It's quite the look.
She is a style icon, absolutely. She's been on the front cover of some pretty amazing magazines, in fact, I think. No, she's definitely got it in the style category. But can she put together some sequences in order to get up this head wall and get herself qualified for the finals? She's currently at hold number 30. And I'm going to do a little time check for you guys. 3 minutes 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20.
Oh, so tricky clip. Absolutely cruises it.
Okay. Ben Wright giving us a little bit more indication on Cheon Su's second name. She says it's more like subtle or supple. So Su. Okay, so Cheon Su. Nice. Thanks, Ben. Ben, who has recently discovered that he is a direct descendant of the same great grandfather as Matt Wright. But sorry, Miho Nanaka comes off the wall.
Oh,
that's unfortunate for Miho.
That's really...
It does show though how hard this route must be, considering that she got 2nd in the Olympics, in the previous Olympics, and these routes do look really, really hard.
Interesting. Miho will not be that happy with that because she is currently behind Cheon So. That is a low score for her in the lead round. She probably didn't get as far as she expected. 51 points on that, and that has taken to 115 overall, and she's just behind Cheon Soo in 116.3 points. So currently in fifth place with how many to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth place with 5 to go. So this is going to be super tight for Miho.
This particular move that Miho fell off, we've actually lost quite a few athletes there. It looks really powerful, and it's immediately after this really tricky compression section with a very challenging clip where a lot of climbers have actually fell whilst trying to clip. Well, not fell whilst trying to clip, but fell as a result of trying to get that clip and being unsuccessful with it and just getting too pumped. Phil O makes an interesting point in the comments. He said, after your last Olympic performance, I was expecting you guys to be the official commentators, maybe 2028. Well, the truth is that if you look at the last live stream of 3 years ago, it was Matt Grube and Teresa Corti. I would argue that we're a much better looking duo than those two. Yeah,
but those two are both, in fact, at the Olympics currently. Matt is commentating on Eurosport. I mean, obviously, don't go to Eurosport and watch and listen to the commentary. Stay with us.
Ours is way better.
He did get a promotion of sorts, which is fair play because he's very good. He does the commentating for the IFSC normally, and he is excellent. And he's now commentating for Eurosport. So, Matt, fair play. He's an excellent commentator, but he's probably not as good as us.
Yeah, better luck next time, Matt.
There's no live chat either, and you can't follow Tara's story on Eurosport.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And you haven't got Lee Kujas giving us pronunciation tips, and you won't be able to link up families from across the oceans. So magical things happen on this live stream. That's all I'm saying. So if you want more magical things to happen to you, stay here.
I heard also Matt Groom going into a rap career after this Olympics.
He's doing a Whack in Phoenix, is he?
Yeah, he's possibly going to release a grime kind of album or something. So keep
MC Matt Ryder.
Exactly.
No, we can't go. We can't really use the second name to create an MC name. That would be a little bit dodgy territory. Okay.
So yeah, we currently have Natalia. I'm really excited to see Natalia climb. She's one of the best boulderers in the world. She recently climbed a V16, I believe, but unfortunately it did get downgraded to V15, which is very exclusive for ladies. Not many women in the world have climbed as hard boulders as that. So would we say that Natalia is a boulder specialist?
I think we're going to chuck over to Milan. I was talking over before, so carry on.
I would say that because she has qualified through the Pan American game, so she hasn't been competing a lot since qualification. She has just been doing the IFSC World Cup in Salt Lake City, in bouldering, where she finished first. So I think she's an all-rounder, but she's still a bit better at bouldering, where she has not lost lots of competition.
Okay, a couple of things to point out, which the guys are pointing out in the chat, is that Erin is in the finals, which is massive news.
That is awesome for Erin, awesome for Britain.
Mio Nanaka, with that fall, confirmed that. So that is a huge, huge result for Erin. She's super young. She's 20 years old, and she's in the finals of the Olympics.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Great.
Could you imagine that feeling? It would be so exciting.
Absolutely, must be huge. And it does actually... that decision to rest for about 30 seconds to a minute at that pink section before it got really powerful has really paid off for her. Amazing performance there from Erin in the lead. She really strategized that really, really well. As we watch Natalia climb through this really powerful section.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Natalia.
That is really, really unfortunate. And it's touch and go now for Natalia because that has put her down in 7th place.
Yeah.
Ooh.
With Yanya to come.
Yeah,
so that's going to put her down to 8th place. And then there's Brooke Rabatu. So really disappointing for Natalia.
So would you say this is depending on how Brooke performs?
I mean, yeah, that was very unexpected. I was fully expecting her to get past that. Again, that goes to show you how difficult that section is. There's a lot of chalk built up in those holes as well. I don't know if that's going to make any difference, but that is a massive, massive, massive... I can't emphasize how big that is. If she does not make it through to the finals, that would be a huge, huge upset.
Yeah. I could imagine that's yeah, really disappointing for Natalia.
Like, she's been one of the standout performers of the last couple of years. Even this season as well, she's been absolutely a really super strong performer. For her to not make it to the finals, I was not expecting that at all. That is massive.
Yeah, I really feel for Natalia. That is bad luck, but she might still make it.
She didn't rest in the pink section exactly, Lee. Like, I can't emphasize again enough. Like, that tactic from a 20-year-old Erin McNeice who's not that experienced to do that and understand that that's what she had to do in order to get through to a pretty decent high point. That's mature climbing from a 20-year-old, and I would have expected a few more people to have maybe identified that as a possible tactic to go to. There she is, Erin, with her coaching team, possibly with her parents. I'm not sure. Maybe
I bet there's some proud parents right now.
Parents might be Scottish. We're not sure. Unconfirmed.
Yeah. The thing that did make me think that Erin was Scottish as well, she's ginger, or looks to be slightly ginger, and ginger apparently originally started in Scotland. Ginger hair.
Yes, I can neither confirm or deny that statement from Matt Wright.
I mean, there are a lot of gingers in Scotland.
He
so.
might be checking out some more fake news.
Auburn in Scotland now, or is it ginger?
I don't want to confirm or deny any of these points right now. I'm sure that Lee, fact checker, or possibly Ben, will be able to confirm
Ben
or
might be
deny
able
these.
to confirm. He seems to be the facts checker right now.
Right, we are talking way over Milan's opportunity to give us some actual proper facts about Jessie Pilz. Please go ahead, Milan.
So no, Jessie Pilz, she's one of the GOAT, I would say, of the sport. She's a really strong climber, lead and bouldering this year. In lead climbing, she's been fourth in Innsbruck, second in Chamonix, and in the bouldering, she has been fifth in Innsbruck, 14th in Salt Lake City. So I think for the lead, she's really a force to be reckoned with, and she's going to do really well. I hope so.
Do we know if Jessica is more of a boulderer specialist?
More of a lead.
More
She
of a
does
lead
better
specialist
results
is
in lead.
Great. So she is quite quickly moving up the leaderboard. So hopefully, if she can make a strong attempt on this sport climb, she may end up being in the finals.
Absolutely. I would fully expect her to work her way through this route, but it is quite powerful. But she has been performing really well in boulder rounds recently on the IFSC. She's picked that up as a discipline in the last couple of years, and therefore I would expect her to get through this boulder section. But this is going to be tight, because if she doesn't, then she could well end up below Natalia. She has to make it through this section in order to get above Natalia. So let's see what she can do. She's 27 years old, Jessie. She's been around a while, so she's vastly experienced, former world champion.
She is looking incredibly smooth though, and she's just about to enter the tricky clip.
She is
and
above
she just
Natalia.
Cruises it.
She is above Natalia now. So
yeah, so she's just entered 8th position, which should put her in finals.
7th position, sorry.
There we go. There we go.
3 minutes. I'm going to give you a count check, everyone. 3 minutes, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. We really appreciate it. The chat today has been absolute excellent value. Really, really enjoying everybody's input. Tara XL is back online. If you didn't know about Tara has been looking for a VPN as Eurosport has been flittering around on Eurosport 1 and Eurosport 2. We managed to get her back into Eurosport 2. I say we put the call into Eurosport. We put the call into Matt Groom, who's now commentating. He got it back in Eurosport 2. Tara, you're welcome. We're so glad to have you on board. And everyone else as well. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for all the shout outs. Yeah, massive.
And give this video a like, please. It will really help us out, help us reach a few more people. But just to tune back into the climbing, we're currently watching Jessica enter potentially a new high point on the route, which is really, really exciting. She's looking extremely cruisy. She's chalking up on some of the hardest moves on this route.
Is this the high point?
She doesn't look very pumped, and she's going straight through to a high point. She just made an extra clip. Come on. She might be off, but no, she's still going.
Wow. This is incredible climbing.
Yes,
Jessica is climbing
so
incredibly
hard.
well.
Come on.
Yes.
That is
Wow.
brilliant. What a performance.
3 moves from the top. That is an amazing performance from Jessica Piltz.
Oh, wow. Jessie. Jessie.
Yes!
Come
Jessica
on.
Piltz is now in first place.
She is psyched for
Awesome.
that. She's definitely one of my favourites. I don't know why, but she's just great. It's like she's been around a while. I don't know. She's great.
Yeah.
She's really... That's brilliant. I'm really pleased for her for that one. I'm excited to see her in finals. She's going to be in finals, and she's going to be
Jessie.
absolutely psyched out of her tree for that. That is great,
I mean,
great
you
news.
would be, wouldn't you? Imagine just not qualifying. Imagine just arriving in first place in the Olympics. That must be such a special feeling.
Okay, so Natalia Grossman, I think that she's going to be out, Natalia, unfortunately. Miho is going to be touch and go for. Miho is currently in 6th place, and we've got Yanya to come, we've got Brooke to come, and we've got Mori to come. And you'd expect all of those guys to make it into the... Well, Mori's going to be the tight one. Mori's going to have to fairly get
To dig
up
deep.
the wall in order to get into the finals.
One.
She finished off 11th place. Sorry, I'm not going to talk about that because that is Milan's goal. But she needs to fairly get some points up. What do you reckon, Milan? Is that how much do you reckon I has to get to get to the finals?
I think if you start looking now, Mori clearly has to do 115. She has to do 60 points. If
60 points.
If she goes to the 60 points mark or 61 points mark, she's gonna qualify.
Ben Wright is totally on it. He says I need 61 points
Exactly.
to go ahead of Mio. Okay, thanks, Ben. Ben, long lost cousin of Matt over in America.
Yeah, cheers, Ben. We'll meet up real soon.
Ben, do you look like Matt? Is there any resemblance to this face and your face? You can't send a photo in the chat, but hopefully when you share your Instagram and we can all have a look.
Yeah.
Or is that too intrusive? I'm sorry if it is. Milan, who's next up?
Who's next up? That's gonna be Brooke, I guess. Brooke Rabutu.
Wow.
She's just started
Brooke
climbing for
Rabbitton.
everyone who wants to sink in. Okay. Go on, talk to us about Brooke.
So she hasn't climbed a lot this year. She has done mostly the World Cup last year in Bern, where she didn't qualify. Then she did the OQS, where she did quite well. So she was one of the, I think she came first of the OQS. So she clearly means that she's in a good form. And the format was really strange for the OQS. They was doing multiple routes and boulder every day. So it was really tiring, as they said, as the athletes said. But I think it's a good preparation for an Olympic finals where they will climb both disciplines 2 hours away from each other.
Brooke is also undoubtedly one of the best boulders in the world. She's bouldered V15. She was actually the person that downgraded a V16, or first female V16, which was pretty surprising from my perspective.
Absolutely, yeah. But she's also well known for her lead climbing in competitions as well. Regularly podiums on the lead rounds of the IFSC. So she's no stranger to the lead wall. And she, what shoes is she climbing in? La Sportiva Solution Comp? That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think it's just the female solutions. I don't think it's the comp version. I believe it is just the, you're not meant to say the female version, are you? Meant to say the low volume version.
Yes, correct.
That's-
Correct. Gender politics is
gender
not part of
politics.
what we're going to be discussing in this live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, she's,
Okay, as she campuses her way through the first part of the pink section, how is she looking, Matt Wright?
I would say she's looking great so far. She's just going through the most powerful section of the route, going through the pockets now. Is she going to rest? That is something I'm curious to see. Typically, what we've seen with the boulderers here is they don't tend to rest too much. I'd say Brooke is very much a specialist. Very much an all-round athlete. So we might see her resting here a little bit. She's so far looking really, really good. Yeah, she has chosen to take a little bit of a rest here.
Mark Fulton saying that she's actually working some 9A projects. Mark, are you in Colorado? Are we talking boulders? Or are we talking sport routes? I'm imagining you put a capital A by the 9. So I think you're talking about bouldering projects. Which
Oh wow! If Brooke climbs a 9.0 boulder, that would be absolutely wicked.
that would get
I'm wondering.
that would get Matt incredibly excited.
That would get me very excited. Female 9.0 would be wicked.
I would wish Yanya to do that the first. She has like flashed some 8Bs in the last month. A few of them in the same day. So I think
I don't think Yanya should be counted as a human though at this.
That's true.
Stage.
Okay, as we're looking at Brooke, she is passed through to 3rd place. We're going to sync you up at the moment. We are watching Eurosport.com. Brooke Rabbitoux climbing as she dinos out to the right. 2 minutes, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. Okay? So
Yeah.
that's Brooke as she moves into the yellow section. She just takes hold of that 60-point hold on the yellow volume.
This section is particularly crimpy, which is quite savage after a really powerful section. The good thing is because the style changes here, it's good for the athletes to be able to, I guess, tire out some slightly different muscles to what they've been using further down the route.
Brooke is looking very strong as she comes up to the yellow section. She's about...
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow. Did she stick that? I don't think she quite stuck it, so she might be in 2nd place overall.
Yeah, she is behind Jessica Piltz. Jessica Piltz scored 88.1 on that lead wall. Brooke has scored 72.1. That is enough for a 2nd place in the lead wall. She came 3rd in the boulder. She is flying through to the finals.
Yeah, amazing effort from Brooke. That is really exciting.
She knows it as well, and she has got a pretty cool hairstyle to go with it as well. Look at those braids. Somebody in the chat was giving shout outs to the braids. Power braids. Yeah, that's right. Lee Kujas, power braids in full effect. Bring the power.
Damn.
Right. Excellent. Really good climbing by Brooke. Right. What are we looking at? The standings at the moment. We've got Jessica Piltz in 1st. Can we get the leaderboard up so far? Jessica Piltz in 1st. Brooke Rabbitoux in 2nd. Oriane Berton in 3rd. Oceana McKenzie in 4th. Erin McNeese in 5th. Cheon Suk in 6th. Those 6 have made it through. We have 2 climbers left. I Marie and Yanya Gambret.
We haven't seen Yanya yet. I wonder if she's going to top. I mean, we can almost guarantee it, but there is always a chance that she could slip.
So, okay, my prediction is Yanya obviously is going to get through. I Marie has to get, we said it before, she has to get 61 points to be, I think she's going to get past 61 points. I think she's going to make it to the final. I think she's going to knock out effectively her compatriot. Marie.
Come on, Yes.
I think the hard part is going to be in the blue section where they have to do a big move on the right, and that's a really long move. So I think it's going to be really hard for her because she's significantly smaller than the other climber. But if she goes past that move, I think she's going to do really well in qualifying.
And I did unfortunately not have a great boulder round, I believe.
No.
Because of height limiting her quite a lot on those moves.
She did manage to make a couple of tops in the boulder round, so she isn't totally out of touch.
Cool.
But Milan, how has she done so far how has she been doing recently in lead rounds?
Aymari, she has been finishing 2nd in Innsbruck and 1st in Chamonix. So she's been doing really well lately.
She's on good form.
Yeah.
So it's all about this powerful section moving through. What do we reckon, guys? Are you synced in with us? We're at 5 minutes 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Right. The guys behind the camera are very excited about I. They're big I fans.
Yeah.
Are you big I fans? I personally am a massive I Murray fan. I met her very briefly once with her mum. Her mum spoke really good English. I Murray speaks very good English as well, to be honest.
Lee's also a big fan.
Yeah.
His prediction is that I will top and Yanya will not. Let's see. That is a big statement.
I'm 20 seconds ahead. How can you pause it, Tara? Don't give the game away. Don't tell us what's going to happen, Tara.
Ben Wright is a big I fan too.
Can you pause your TV? Can you pause live TV, Tara, so we're more in sync? We're at 4:33, 32, 31, 30. Don't tell us what's going to happen, Tara XL, but please enjoy it and let us know if you're excited.
Yeah, I think Hugo should get out his future predictions
of what? Where's she going to get to?
No, you should just tell it 10 seconds ahead, just for Tara.
I'm going to tell you, Tara, she's going to get to hold number 70, no, points number 80, no, 95 she's going to get to, just below. She's going to fall just below the top. That's my prediction.
Oh, come on, Ai. She's looking so strong through this powerful section of the climb. I'm wondering whether she's going to rest. I think being a shorter climber, shorter climbers do tend to be very good at resting. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to get nice and recovered in this section, and then enter the blue section with a lot more power.
Ben Wright is a huge Ai fan as well, as we see her resting at the same point that Erin McNeice was at.
Yep.
Tara excels, promising not to give the game away. Thanks, Tara. Appreciate it. Lee Kujis, we've already said that, but Lee Kujis is predicting that I will top and Yanya will not. Let's see. Okay, that's a good prediction. I like that. They do say that in the lead climb there is one person that can beat Yanya, and that is I. So it was super tight between them, with them both at Innsbruck recently, and it came down to the previous round's result. They both topped out the final climb. Mori actually did it faster, but the clock is not counted in IFSC. It comes to count back to semis, and Yanya did better in semis.
Yeah, Ai is looking great so far. She's already got the tricky clip, and she's only got 4 more moves to go in the powerful section, but this bit is going to give her some trouble.
Lee asked us to tell us about her shoes. Her shoes are the Mandala, are they not?
Yeah, they're the new Mandala, the new no-age shoes by La Sportiva. Quite nice. We're going to have a small test coming up maybe, because our colleague France has been using them for like a month now.
They do look very nice. I like the look of them.
Amazing.
There's a lot of chat about whether shoes are allowed to be sexy or not. But I would say that if there was a shoe at the moment on the market that I found sexy, it's the Mandala.
Yeah, if I had to take nudes with only climbing shoes on, it would be the Mandala.
If I was the last person on earth, and what?
Guys, it's getting really, really exciting.
It's still too
I
easy.
might end up topping.
Come on, here we go. Pulling through.
Yeah, she's looking so smooth here.
It looks
So close to the top. Come on,
Wow,
she's got it. Nice.
Ai is looking so good.
She's absolutely smashing this. She is in the final. It is. Oh, here we go.
Oh!
Hold on.
Come on, Ai.
She's gonna match that.
One move. Come on.
Oh!
She touched the final hold.
Did I kind of predicted that, right?
Yeah.
I said she get to just before. I said just before. Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, amazing performance from Ai Mori.
Wow.
She's bumped herself up into 3rd place on 150 points
as well. So
close.
That was nerve-wracking.
Tara, I'm sorry about we got a little bit excited about the shoes. Somebody asked about the shoes. We started talking about the shoes. But that was amazing. Great climbing from Ai. So close. But she did enough. She did enough to get through. And she is in 3rd place. Absolutely fantastic climbing there. Really, really, really strong. But we kind of knew that she was capable of it. She's been showing that kind of form in the latest World Cups. She's one of the strongest lead climbers in the world. Wow, that was some performance.
Speaking of performances, I believe our final athlete is Yanya, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yanya will come out last. Let's see what she can do. She's currently in 12th place.
She needs to score 16.
She needs to score 16. Thanks, Milan. Wow. I mean, they weren't expecting to get that shot because it's so overexposed. But there you go. That's how close she was to topping out the route. There she is. There you go. There's a smile. That is amazing. Here we go.
Oh, we are welcoming Yanya.
Come on, let's see if you're excited about this. Give her a bit of hearts. Give us some 100% in the chat. Give us some anything that you got. Excited faces, smiley faces, everything. If you're excited for Yanya, let us know in the comments. Come on. Here we go. Slovenia's best. The world's best. The best of the best.
Oh,
multiple world champion.
Come on,
Gold
Yanya.
medalist, Olympic climber. She's here to defend her medal, defend her crown. She's shown absolute no signs of not being able to do that. She has been strong so far, and she has now got a chance to show it on the lead wall at the biggest occasion in the world.
There is no hesitation from Yanya as she gets onto the wall. She's clearly very confident that she's going to succeed. I'm just nervous for her because everyone's got this like big expectation on Yanya, but all it takes is one slip on these routes and that can cost you. And she hasn't even entered the points section of the route yet.
Yeah, she is currently in 12th place. She will start moving through to the point section now, and we are at 5 minutes. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. For anybody that wants to sync up with us, we hope that you can. We're sorry that we haven't got a clock up. It's a little bit tricky these days with Eurosport, but we're watching on Eurosport.com behind a bit of a paywall, but it's not a huge amount of money. It's like $7.99 for the month. So if you can join us, please do.
Shout out to the Belay artist as well. Ben Wright says we've seen him a few times. He's looking cool with the shades.
Oh, yeah, the one with the shade and the shirt.
Very cool.
Is perfect. It's the Paris Fashion Week. And also, to be honest, a huge shout out to the belayer because it's really hard to do a good belay. It's really important for those volunteers to be here to do that. And especially for the people belaying for speed climbing. They have to be really fast. So thanks to them.
Okay, everybody wants to see Yanya in the final. Everybody is a little bit nervous. Lee is a little bit nervous that she's going to do something crazy and drop it, but she is moving in, and there she goes. She's in the final.
Yeah,
that is official. She is in the final of the Olympics.
Who would have guessed?
So is also in the final Olympics. We already knew that. Sorry, but
Mio Nanaka is out. Then.
Mio Nanaka is out. Heartbreak for Mio. We do have Japanese representation in the final with Aimori, but Mio. It's gutting that she's not there, but this is the Olympics. This is the best of the best, and it's where it all counts.
Hard competition.
It's a hard competition.
Yanya is, of course, looking just cruisy.
Yeah.
She is choosing to rest, so she must be a little tiny bit tired, but I can't imagine she's feeling too bad at this stage. How hard do we guess this route is? I mean, Yanya's making it look about 6A, but I'm assuming it's quite a bit harder than that. Where I would put my guess at about 8B plus, maybe even 8C.
Oh, really?
I
I really think because some of them fell quite early, so I think that's going to be 8B, 8C even maybe.
Yeah,
really depending. It's really a big overhang. At some point, it's 42 degrees, so it's really hard.
What about you guys out there? What grade would you put this route at? Matt Wright was saying Matt Wright was saying 8B plus. Let us know what you think. 8C. As Yanya takes a little bit of a rest here at the big black volume. Here we go as she moves through the blue section, looking pretty comfortable so far. It's got to be said. The speed belay artist is getting a lot of love on the chat.
Mark agrees with my comment on 8B plus /C.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah,
I think Mark is a pretty knowledgeable climber. I get that impression from his comments. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
So we see Yanya on the
Shout
last
out
bit.
to the route setters. Indeed, Lee. This has been a great route.
She's coming up to the the black and yellow section, as Swiss Khalifa said. And now you'll see if she makes good work of it, but she seems to be still to have a lot of stamina left.
Okay, so we currently have Yanya on the wall. We're at 1 minute 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. She's moving up. She looks like she's got so much left, right? Matt.
Yeah, I mean, she's cruising. Just one of these comments made me laugh. Anyway, come on, Yanya. Are we going to see a top?
Are we going to see a top? I think we might well.
She's looking just cruisy. Come on, Yanya.
Last move. Oh! No! Nobody was expecting that.
Didn't touch.
She looks so relaxed going into that last move. Nobody expected her to drop that. I thought she'd just take that and just pop along and match it.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be.
Incredible.
I think she's gonna be disappointed. Her Olympic game is a bit over. I think her aim was to flash everything, not
Yeah.
just to be Olympic champion. That's too easy.
Yeah, being Olympic champion is too easy for Yanya. I think she, just wanted to just
Well
have a
done.
perfect record.
Well, that was an.
Wow, what an amazing round.
And
I
look
think
at the score.
Lee could just said it best when he said, "Shout out to the route setters." That was an incredible route, right?
Really.
To see two almost tops, it would have been great to see a top, but then the fact that they had to battle their way through up that was incredible.
Just amazing.
Yeah,
It really, really was cool.
I thought she looked good for the move as well. I was convinced she was just going to pop along to that. She didn't look like she was struggling at all. Maybe she just didn't quite get the last move. Maybe she's just more tired than she let out.
I mean, you're going to be pretty boxed up there, aren't you?
Of course, yeah. Right, just a quick one. I'm going to say it real quick now. We've got Anna-Lena Leitonen coming up on a Zoom call pretty soon. Anna-Lena is a former Finnish competition climber. She now climbs mostly on rock, but she'll be able to offer us some excellent insights into what's just happened. Hopefully she's been watching, and she's going to come on Zoom call in the next kind of 5 minutes or so. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. And Anna is still, I would probably say she's probably the best female climber in Finland. She's a very highly experienced route setter. I did meet her once at Aliana. We are best friends.
You've got a lot of best friends, Matt.
Yeah. I'm best friends with everyone that looks at me that's famous.
Right, it's very good. Okay, so don't go anywhere. We're going to stick around. We're going to be watching the men's speed finals later on. To be honest, if you're around, if you've got a spare hour, I would just stick around and watch it because they are over within half an hour of starting. It's well worth watching. We got some really amazing results coming through. Anyway, let's have a little confirmation of who's made it through to the finals. Janja Gambret in first, Jessica Piltz in second, Brooke Rabatou in third, I Murray in fourth, Oriane Berton in fifth. They just kind of went to the next page, but I'm going to go with this one. Oceana McKenzie in sixth, Erin McNeese in seventh, and Cheon Su in eighth place. Commiserations to all of the climbers that did not make it, but amazing results for the guys that did. So we've got a Slovenian, an Austrian, an American, a Japanese, a French, an Australian, a British, and a Korean.
Very exciting.
All different nationality. That's really great, I think.
That is great. Yeah, the really diverse set of athletes there.
From all across the world, which is amazing. Yeah, that is some final. And Janja Gambret obviously looking like the favourite, but it's great to see Jessica Piltz up there in second place.
Yeah.
That she's been interviewed on Eurosport now, but I honestly was not expecting her to climb so well. I really, really hope that she can replicate that in the final as well, because it would be great to see her up on the podium. In fact, other than Erin McNeese, I think I might be rooting for her as well.
I'm a big fan of Erin. I'm really, really glad to see her in the final. She really just has popped up out of nowhere, and well, she's blown everyone's mind.
Mark Fulton says, fun hypothetical for pause before speed. You are the route setter for the men's finals, and you get to magically transport 4 outdoor boulders for the men's final. Athletes are still on sighting, by the way. That is that's brilliant. I think obviously you have to take into consideration, you can't just stick up Bird in the Dreams there because nobody's going to get anywhere near it.
No.
So you need to do something. Do 4 boulders. Yeah, right. You need to do 4 boulders, which possibly are going to get topped by about like maybe 50% or 40% of the climates, right?
You should look around 8B plus 8C, I would say. No, it depends on the climate. The best boulder have already flashed that or on-sighted that. So I think more like maybe 8B should be possible for some of those climbers. Imagine flashing 8B.
Yeah.
In bouldering.
Absolutely. Have I got, when's Anna-Lena coming on?
She's just trying to find a quiet place in the gym right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So she'll be on any second. We'll let you know.
Francesco REE says, thanks guys, happy to find your channel, liked and subscribed straight away. Thanks very much. By the way, I'm going to have a quick mention of the deal of the day. Every day this week we've been doing a deal of the day in the EpicTV shop. If you don't know, we're not only a media company, we are we're a shop as well. We sell online gear. EpicTV.com is our website. And all this week we're doing deal of the day. Today we have got
Ooh.
We've got two shops, by the way. We've got a UK shop and an EU shop. Today in the, what am I saying? EU or UK? UK shop. This is 41% off. It's an amazing rope. Matt just almost dropped it.
Yeah.
Apparently
Apparently my
that
is a lovely rope.
It's a lovely rope. It's got beautiful lots of treatment on it. It can be used as a single rope, a twin rope, a what's the other one?
Single rope. It's a multi-level.
A half rope. Yes, it is a one. Well, it's not one quiver rope. It can be. You could probably buy that as a set of two. But it can be used for winter climbing, ice climbing, alpine climbing, a little bit of everything. And that is at 41% off, £132. Take that away, and then you can hold this one. This is the BD Vision helmet. It's on at €57 in our European shop and for the rest of the world. 37% off, I'm going to say.
That is a sweet deal.
Absolutely
Lovely.
sweet deal. And it's a great, very lightweight helmet. So you can get them. Go to epictv.com or epictv.co.uk if you're in the UK, and you'll be able to get hold of those deals.
Oh,
You
nice.
don't even need to take it out of its box, apparently.
It
Oh, look
fits
at that.
you perfectly.
Box fresh,
Extra protection.
one could say.
Extra protection.
We've got Annalena Leitonen coming very soon for a call. She's hopefully going to give us a bit of an insight into the resetting. She's best mates with Matt Wright.
Best mates.
And she's going to hopefully let us know what she thought about the route that we saw. Maybe we can ask what grade it is. Has anybody got any questions for Annalena? What grade was the route? What? Anything else?
She has actually been trying a 9A plus recently, I believe.
Okay.
He's just joined, guys. So
Oh, nice.
here we go.
Oh, Anna, can you hear me? Hey, Anna.
Oh, hi. How is it going?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
Good. I'm at the gym right now watching.
Are you what?
Olympics?
Have you been watching the final?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I watch every single competition this year.
Amazing. And so, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that semi-final route? How was the setting?
The setting, well, the route looked, extremely challenging, visually stunning, and diverse in style. And which was good was that it didn't have as much or as many risky parts as the men's semifinal route had, because there was unfortunately a lot of loose slips in the men's semifinal route, and a lot of the climbers couldn't show their potential. But climbing is a really hard and complex sport, so it's part of it.
Did it turn out as you expected in terms of, did the climbers that you thought would do well do well?
Well, there was some surprises, but well, I expected Yanya to do well as always, and also some of the lead specialists, but also some girls also slipped their food earlier than I expected them to do. But yeah, it was there was a couple of athletes that did just I don't know. I don't know if I could say better than I expected, but it was really cool to see some new crushers over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're having a little discussion on the grade of the route. We thought maybe around about 8B plus. But what would you say if you had to give that route a grade? What would you say?
We were actually thinking about that or discussing about the grade, and it seemed like the route had a lot of like 70 plus folders in a row and like really hard ones, and we converted the boulders to the boulders what we have in our gym, and uh, some of the parts look exactly the same of what we have over here, like really big slopers, and so it seemed like it could be a B plus or
Cool, that was a good guess. Hey Anna,
yeah.
by the way, we did actually meet Aliana a few years ago. It was quite a few years ago now, actually. I remember being really impressed by your climb. It's great to catch up with you again, by the way. So yeah, I've seen what you've been up to over the last few years. It's been really impressive. Kind of keeping an eye on that. I've seen some cool routes that you were doing in Finland, an 8C plus, I think 2 years ago, which I thought looked really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Happy to hear that. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, by the way, because obviously you're a highly experienced route setter. Is there anything that you might have done differently with this route for the Olympics?
I don't think so. I think the route setters did really, really, really good job in this one. And like this part where you have the big blue slopers, you can go two ways. Like either use the left heel hook or the right one to the better sloper, which is more in cut, but the heel hook is really high. And as Nina from Slovenia, she decided to use the left one, and her foot slipped. But yeah, so there could have been more risky parts, but after seeing the guys semi-final route, it was relieving to see more climbers reaching their full potential and fall when they feel tired.
Yeah,
Obviously, yeah, yeah.
it seemed from my perspective it was a very like quite a resistant style route. It didn't necessarily look like there was too many hard cruxes on it, and it seemed to be that the athletes were able to push it really quite hard on there.
Yeah, there was not as many dynamic moves as there have been in the World Cup finals or semifinals. So I expected to see more jumps, but we're probably gonna see at least one or two jumps in the finals. But yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday, when the women had their boulder round, there was a lot of jumps, and the shortest climbers had to do a lot of work to get some points. So yeah. So I think this route fit Aimori a lot better than a Chambi route could have. So yeah, I really like that this one was more resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, from a route setter's perspective, when you're setting a route like the lead route we just saw, what out of 20 people, how many people would you want to see get a top? Like 1, 2?
Like in the finals, like in this.
Well, just maybe in the round we've done, just as an indication to our viewers, like, what out of 20 people, how many competitors would a route setter ideally like to top out?
One.
That's a good question.
One.
Yeah.
Is it one? Is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I love everyone to top the route, but it's a better show if the climbers are falling on different parts of the route, and I wouldn't say it's a bad setting if everyone falls at the same point or same part, but it's quite boring, but it's really hard to set a route that is like that climbers would fall on different parts of the route, but it's ideal that at least one climber would top the route. But if everyone tops the route, then yeah, it also gets quite boring. So
So that route was kind of almost perfect in a way then.
It was, yeah. But it was really interesting to see that Yanni was she looked a bit disappointed, even though
Okay.
she did amazing and she was on the first place, but she really wanted to top the route. But she was really close, and yeah. So I think this route was perfectly set.
Okay, nice. Anna, thanks so much for joining us. If you want to follow Anna on Instagram, what's your Instagram handle, Anna?
My nickname in Instagram.
Yeah.
It's Annalena Laitinen.
Okay, so your name.
Good luck on finding that.
Yeah. We'll leave a link. We'll leave a link in the description in the chat as well if you want to go and follow Anna. She's always doing really cool adventures in Spain and in Finland as well. And we've got a whole bunch of films that we did with you as well, Anna, on Epic TV. So we've got some La Sportiva films. We've got a film recently of you climbing in and around Finland. So yeah, we'll if you go on Epic TV and you search Annalena, you'll be able to see all that content. But yeah, make sure you go follow her on Instagram.
Thank you, Hugo.
Nice.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, Anna.
Cool.
Thanks for
Thanks
joining
so much,
us.
Anna.
See you later.
See ya.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye. Nice. Okay, cool. We've got a little break now until speed. We're gonna go offline. I'm gonna go and do a quick twinkle winkle, relieve myself, and then we will be back within the next kind of 10 minutes. 20 minutes.
Cool.
20 minutes. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks,
See you
guys.
in 20 minutes, guys.
See you later. Bye bye. Okay, we are back. It's the men's speed. Sam Watson has just come out into the wall, and he is facing up against David Julian from New Zealand. This is going to be an interesting race. David Julian is the he's a current youth world champion, which he won last year, and up against Sam Watson.
And Sam Watson is the current world record holder, and he's currently in first. Got the best time, I believe, didn't he? And with the Olympic record.
Yep, he certainly did. Broke the Olympic record, 4.75 in qualifying. Smashed it, in fact. Julian David has been just kind of come onto the main scene this year, but has been getting better and better. Recently. Oh, here we go. We're off straight away.
Come on.
David Julian, neck and neck. Sam Watson is just
yes.
outside the hedge at the end. 5:03, 5:65.
Just a slight mistake at the end there.
That's what we're talking about. Team USA.
Yeah.
Sam Watson with a solid performance. 5:03. He is capable of well faster than that, but that is enough to beat David Julian. David Julian looked really, really fast in that. I'm really impressed by him. He's got a big future ahead of him. He's a young guy. He's only 19 years old. He beat Reza in the previous rounds. Reza, who is somewhat of a legend on the scene. And look at these guys. They were neck and neck. And then Sam Watson started pulling away towards the end with a time of 5:03 against 5:65.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was just a slight mistake at the end there, wasn't there?
Yes, Ben Wright is watching with us. Yes, let's go. Come on. Ben, are you synced up? Hopefully you are. Yeah, there was just a...
I bet Ben's happy right now.
That would have been close. If he'd made that... Oh, no, I think Sam would have quite got it, but David Julian did make a little bit of mistake at the end, but I think Sam would have beaten him in any case with that time of 5:03. Okay, this is a big one. This is Peng Wu versus Matteo Zelloni. Wu Peng, sorry. These guys have been neck and neck in the IFSC this year. Peng Wu with a slightly better personal best time. Matteo with a best time of, what have we got?
Peng Wu is also, what's it called, first in the Olympic qualifiers.
4.97 for Matteo and 4.83 for Wu Peng. Peng Wu. So it's going to be tight. This is going to be very tight. Both guys have been performing really well of late. Matteo is, in fact, winning the IFSC championship at the moment. He's first place. But if you had to put your money on someone, you'd probably put it on Wengpu with a better personal best and a quicker time in qualifications. But this is head-to-head. This is where it all counts. This is pressure. And so it's not just racing against the wall. You're racing against your adversaire. Here we go. They're off. Neck and neck. Peng Wu seems to be pulling just ahead. He is just ahead. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that was close.
0.002 of a second. Oh, that was so tight.
1/50th of a second.
You could not divide them at all. 100ths of a second? 2 100ths of a second?
2 100ths, 1/50th.
So 0.002 of a second between them.
Yeah.
Matteo,
amazing.
I think he's got to be pleased with that anyway, considering I think he just got a personal best.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Oh, they were so tight. Oh, that was so close.
That
was so close. Sub 5 for both athletes. Matteo Zerloni, he must have thought he had the win there as he reached the last hold. But Peng Wu just kept his cool, kept climbing. 4.995. Wow. What a race.
It's mad, isn't it? The margins are so much finer with speed climbing.
I felt that Matteo had it, but I think Wu just at the end there just managed to claw it back. The last couple of moves. Oh, so tight. Right, this is a big one. The home favourite, Bassamauem against Vedric Leonardo. Both veterans in the game. Bassamauem at 39 years old. Defying everything by being here yet again and edging out with the closest of margins by 0.01 of a second to win in his qualification.
Yes, Bassa only just about scraped in, didn't he?
just about scraped him, but that he set his personal best, and he's gonna have to do it again if he wants to win this round. Because Vedrik Leonardo has been setting some pretty impressive times in the qualifications, and you got to say he's favourite.
These athletes look very tired as well.
Do you think they're tired?
Yeah, they look tired. You can just tell they've been stressing about this a lot. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
there's a lot of pressure on these athletes.
It's a different discipline. There's going to put a lot of stress through their bodies in a very short space of time. You kind of want them to be stressed in a way, don't you?
Yeah.
So here we go. Basama versus Vedrik Leonardo. This is going to be a tight one.
This is going to be really, really cool to watch.
Here we go. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Vedrik Leonardo gets a great top, and he's way ahead.
Yeah,
He's actually
ahead.
cruising it. He must. Oh, beautiful. 4.88 seconds. A hugely fast time by Vedrik Leonardo. Is that a personal best? Let's just have a quick look. 4.83 is his personal best. No, it's not a personal best, but it is the fastest time of today. So, Bassam OM disappointingly goes out of the quarterfinal stage, but fair play to him. Vedrik Leonardo is on form, on fire, one of the best speed climbers in the world. His family kisses him goodbye. Bassa with a great effort there, but he couldn't quite reproduce the magic that saw him get through to the quarterfinals. That's a shame. 5.26. Not quite his personal best, but good effort nonetheless. Shout out to Seba. You rock, dude. Seba. Vedrik off with his typical fire. Indeed. Absolutely flew out of the blocks. Thanks, Ben. 2/100ths of a second difference. Insanity, Ben, right, in the live chat. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's correct.
That previous race was one of the tightest I have ever seen. Incredible.
Yeah. It's amazing to think how they move like that. I think it's just, it must take them months and months and months to get these routes wired like that.
Okay, Reza versus Amir in the last one. We've got Kazakhstan versus Iran. We got short, stocky powerhouse versus slightly longer, rangy climber of Amir from Kazakhstan, Mamurutov. Amir with a slightly better PB and would be favourite for this considering the form. Reza was beaten by Julian David in New Zealand and has only come through as the fastest loser into this quarterfinals. But Reza is hugely experienced, know what it takes to go head to head and beat some of the fastest in the world. So that has got to count for a lot in this competition. Here we go. Reza the guns. Reza the guns. He's known for his guns. He's known for his guns and his legs. His legs are probably as big as his arms.
I don't believe that.
They're bigger than his arms. Milan confirmed. I'm sorry. Milan's back in the studio. Welcome back, Milan.
Milan! Boop, boop, boop.
Whoop. Okay, Milan, tell us what you got.
Last time you asked me that, yeah, no, sorry. Just that Reza is, the OG of that discipline. He dominated it for years and years and years. So I'm really happy to see him there.
Wow.
Oh, Reza, Amir.
No.
Reza's just got to keep it steady, and he's won. Oh. There you go. That's it. It's match play. Gives himself a little kiss. He realised he'd won that. Knew he didn't have to do his fastest time, so just made sure that he finished that and beat Amir because Amir was catching up with him.
Yeah, that kiss was cheeky.
Ben Wright says, I didn't see it, but apparently Vedrik matched Sam's previous record of 4.79 during the seeding round, right as Sam improved it to 4.75. Ben, I can confirm that actually did happen. Yes. I think I probably just said that Vedrik's personal best was 4.83. It's incorrect. It's 4.79. We need to have updated that after the qualification rounds. So Reza, there you go. It's match play. There was a slip by Amir there. And Reza knew that. I think he probably saw that in the corner of his eye and thought, right, just finish this off. Nothing special needed, 5.75. Because Amir was catching up with him like crazy. You could see how close he was.
I think they both actually made quite a small mistake. It looked like Reza made a mistake towards the top as well, but it wasn't quite as significant as the mistake of Amir.
Are we going to see a new world record today, boys? Hugo?
Are we?
Are we?
What do you reckon, yes or no?
No.
Matt?
Yes, just to put it out there.
Milan?
Remember.
Okay, semi-final lineup: Sam Watson versus Wu Peng, Vedrik Leonardo versus Reza Alipur. This is going to be this first one coming up is going to be really, really interesting. Sam Watson is a favourite, but we've seen Sam Watson slip in the qualifying rounds when it really, really mattered. Is the pressure going to get to him? Is he going to slip again?
Yeah,
Milan, give us some insight.
Most website was saying the two favorites were Wu Peng and Sam Watson, so it's meant to be the final bit before the final, because Sam Watson is the quickest and Wu Peng is the most consistent.
Cool.
But then Vedrik Leonardo has climbed the second quickest in the qualifying rounds.
Yeah, he equalized first the world record that Sam Watson took back just after. So he was really quick, was the first man under 5 seconds, so he's really climbed.
Yeah, real favourite.
But
Sam is improving his consistency though.
in Chamonix has been really consistent, like doing 3 rounds in a row under 4.9.
Yeah.
So he has increased his consistency as well.
Very, very impressive.
In the comments, Ben Wright is hoping for a new world record in the final, and Phil O says, so Matteo got a better time than Reza, but doesn't go through. That doesn't seem fair. Well, it's kind of match play. It's head on. It's 1 versus 1. So yeah, it's all about beating the person next to you rather than the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it might not seem fair, but that is the way that these things are set up, and that's kind of what makes it such a spectator-friendly sport.
I think it also means that
simple.
you can start to include some like varying tactics as well. So if you can see in the corner of your eye that you
left him hanging, he's left him hanging. No,
Oh.
psych out.
Yes, 2 different
Wu Peng
shoes.
is like, I'm gonna do this guy dirty.
Have you seen
he did him dirty.
Have you seen that Wu Peng has 2 different shoes? He has the Cobra 499, who are specialized.
I think that's
La Sportiva specialized speed climbing shoes, but he has the novice shoes on his left foot that I didn't recognize, a blue one. That's interesting.
That was almost one of the most savage left hangings of all time, caught on camera. I don't think I've ever seen a more savage one than that. It's amazing how quickly they recover after they slip. Do they practice this during training?
I reckon so.
Anastasia, good comment.
I really do reckon they will. I mean, the best training is the training that mimics the action that you're doing. And most athletes do tend to try and mimic things as best as they possibly can. So if they know that they need to get straight back on the wall, they are going to mimic that within the training.
Okay, different styles. Sam Watson with the rope behind him. Wu Peng with the rope in between him. Here we go. We're off. Sam Watson off to a great start. But Wu Peng is starting to catch up.
It's so close.
Oh, no.
No.
How did he pull that out? 4.83.
Woo.
Sam Watson. Oh, Sam Watson's parents are gutted. Oh, Sam Watson
doesn't look very happy.
No,
he's disappointed.
Well.
I am disappointed for him. I'm very happy for Wu Peng though. That was maybe it was the high five psych out that did it for him. It remains to be seen. But that is,
I mean, second place.
Ben Wright is gutted. Ben Wright is gutted not to see his compatriot in the final. That is, am I disappointed in that? I kind of don't. I want to say I'm impartial, but I did want to see Sam Watson in the final. He set all the world records. We've had him on EpicTV. I'm quite partial to a bit of Watson. However, Wu Peng fully deserves his place in the final after that run. Look at the speed. He was consistent all the way throughout. Sam Watson went off like a thunderbolt, but Wu Peng just reeled him in like a trout trying to swim upstream in a river in Scotland.
Great analogy.
Right. No high fives going on here. It is pure business time. Reza has got to be hoping for some kind of mistake from Vendrick. Otherwise, you can't see anything other than a Vendrick final from this one, because Mr. Leonardo has been on form in this tournament, in this Olympics.
Socks over their shoes. That's really interesting. I wonder if that's to stop debris going on the shoes.
Yeah, that's to stop debris and for them to be the cleanest as possible before they climb. So most of them use socks or Crocs over their climbing shoes.
Smart.
Can I ask you a question, Milan?
You can always ask.
Really quick. Sebastian Depke says, does anyone know why they still have all their material loops on their harnesses? Why not cut them off?
I would say it's for insurance reason. Normally, to be insured with to be able to use your harness, you have to have all the normal parts of the harness still on it. So I think it must be forbidden to use a harness that has been modified, because it's a special kind of equipment, so it's all safety.
You'll probably also get in trouble with your sponsor if you get seen to be chopping
here we
things
go.
off.
Right, 3,
on.
2, 1, let's go. Right. Federic
Whoa,
Leonardo
whoa,
looking good.
whoa.
Reza
Reza's
neck
going
and neck,
fast.
still neck and neck.
Oh, damn.
Federic Leonardo. Oh, that was 4.78. He is getting closer and closer to that world record of Sam Watson.
And
You've got to say that Federic is the favourite going into the final with these times. That is
Federic
two
is smashing it.
hugely fast times, Milan.
And I think Reza, it's his personal best ever.
4.78.
As well,
Yes,
so,
yes, I think you're correct.
I think he is. So he must be also. At least you cannot be disappointed. You've done your best time ever. You've given your all, and it wasn't enough. But let it be.
What about Reza? That must be close to his PB as well.
Yeah, I was talking about Reza.
Well, it's Federic's PB as well.
Federic is PB by 0.01 and second best time ever. So they both did their PB.
Yeah, Ben
That's
Wright
nice.
is correct. 4.78, a new PR for Federic and a new PR for Reza as well.
Tell you what, Ben,
a
you're a very
race.
knowledgeable guy.
Ben is very knowledgeable. I reckon Ben does a few speed sessions every week.
Just whilst we're waiting for the next round, guys, please give this video a like. It helps us out a lot.
Yeah. Every like we get to give Matt an extra Weetabix for his breakfast. So currently he's on
The minis or the normal ones?
no, just the video. So
No, but I
currently
mean the
he's on
Weetabix.
about 25 Weetabix you got to eat tomorrow.
25 Weetabix.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You excited about that?
25 Weetabix. Oh, I really do like Weetabix, especially with a bit of sugar on.
Just take the chocolate one. It acts as sugar.
Oh, the chocky Weetabix.
26
great.
Weetabix. No, I'm talking about the big ones.
The big ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I really like my Weetabix. Keep liking.
Yeah. Okay, so that is it. The small final is going to feature Sam Watson versus Reza Alipour for the bronze medal. We're about to get going with that one. And the final is going to be Federic Leonardo versus Peng Wu. Ben Wright says, haha, I follow the speedy climbing to compensate for my not so speedy climbing. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think that I've got to say that Sam Watson has done a lot for speed climbing in the US of A. He's made it a lot more interesting for those guys to watch. Just having somebody to represent your country whilst doing this sport is always a big factor in watching and being interested in this. So Sam Watson, big shout out to Sam Watson. He's really improved over the last couple of years into becoming one of the world's best. It is a shame not to see him. It's not a shame not to see him in the final, but you got to give respect to the climbers that have made it through. Philo must be from Australia because he says Weet-Bix with Milo. Milo, I love Milo. Milo is a chocolate drink. It's like little kind of granules of chocolate in a green kind of container with like a little circle in the front with some kind of sportsman doing something. Is that not right, Philo?
That
Philo?
sounds very Australian.
Yeah, it's, oh my God, the best chocolate drink you can have, but you can't get it over in Europe. Zoom call with Matthew Fall right after the speed finals. Matthew Fall is on. Matthew Fall.
Yeah, British speed climber.
Yes. He's going to give us a bit of an insight into what has happened in this speed climbing event. So, small final coming up. Reza Alipour versus Sam Watson. Who are you thinking is going to win Milan?
I'm thinking it's going to be Sam Watson.
Yeah?
He has a chip on his shoulder. He was the world record and still is the world record holder, and he didn't qualify for the final. So I think he's gonna want to show that he's still the fastest climber in the world.
Matt Wright.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
That's my name.
That's
Yep.
my name.
There'll be a result. Yep.
I'm going to go with Sam Watson.
Okay.
Tense.
I got to go with Sam Watson as well. Reza just broke his.
That
personal
harness
best.
looks really weird.
Which one?
The
From
one.
Reza. Yes? Or the other
Yeah,
one?
it kind of looks like it's just leg loops. It doesn't look like it
Yeah,
has a waist
looks
loop.
really weird, and it's really off to the side.
Here we go. Come on, Reza. Come on, Sam. Here we go. Big race.
Come on.
One's wearing Evolve, the other's wearing Las
Las
Motiva.
Motiva.
Yeah. There's the same.
Big race coming up. Here we go, guys. Takes on the side pull. Sam Watson pulling ahead. We've got to think, but Reza's
Whoa.
coming back. But Sam Watson pulls out and he wins it.
Oh,
Oh, what a
yes.
time. Oh,
World
world
record.
record. Another world
that-
Is
record.
that a world record from Sam Watson?
Milan called it. That is incredible.
I told you
Yeah.
it's chip on his shoulder. He wanted to show that I may not be the gold medalist, but I'm still the fastest.
Wow.
Still the best.
Yeah.
What have we
exactly.
just witnessed? Something incredibly special. 4.74 in the small final by Sam Watson. That is incredible.
That is amazing.
Twice he's broken his world record, his own world record, and it's still not enough for gold medal. That's absolutely gutting
And
for
look
him.
at how it bows at the end in front of Reza Alipour, because he's the godfather of speed climbing for me.
Yeah.
That's why most climbers, when they go against him afterward, they really bow in front of him, because he's the one that made it really happen and cooler to be a speed climber.
His celebration almost said, why could I not do that in the semi-finals? Why did I
Exactly.
leave that for the small final to pull out that performance? He must see this as a missed opportunity for an Olympic gold, because he is by far the quickest climber at this event. And he's been edged out by, you've got to say, a more experienced climber, but not necessarily a faster climber.
It just shows, though, doesn't it, with these competitions that because the margins are so fine, all it takes is like the smallest thing going wrong, and that's it. You're off. Well, not you're off. That's it. Your time is being let down because of that.
You got to feel sorry for Reza in many ways. A seasoned campaigner, cut through as his fastest loser. It would have been quite a story if he'd won that bronze medal. New world record, incredible. Wow, here we go. Final. This is it. This is where it all counts. Vedrik Leonardo versus Peng Wu in the final of the men's speed climbing Olympics. The first time it's ever been here. The first time a gold medal will be given to the men's speed climbing. Who is it going to be?
Whoever wins this gets gold.
Whoever wins this gets gold.
And it would be Indonesia's first gold medal at this Olympic. So I'm going to root for him.
Okay, Vendrick Leonardo versus Wu Peng. Tara XL, and it's back on BBC One. Excellent. Nice one.
Nah.
Tara XL, the story continues. She's flitting between the channels. She's doing stuff almost as fast as these guys, but these guys, it's the final. Here we go. Neck and neck. The Pu Wang looks like he's ahead, but
very
Vendrick Leonardo's
close.
coming back. It's coming. Oh, 4.75! Incredible! Wow! Unbelievable!
Yes.
4.75. Wu Peng has become the Olympic champion. And
That is great news for Indonesia.
No, it's not.
sorry, it's not Wu Peng, it's Vendrick Leonardo. What am I talking about? That was a big boo-boo. I thought the Chinese coaches looked a bit upset. Why would they if he'd won gold? Because he hasn't. Vedrik Leonardo has from Indonesia, and he's won their first Indonesian gold medal of the Paris Olympics. What a race that was. That was incredible.
special.
It felt like the lead changed hands about 3 or 4 times. Vedrik Leonardo with an incredible finish to take it, though. Unbelievable finish. Oh, the Chinese. Oh, no, the
No, it's his coach.
the
His coach
Indonesian.
is
They're
crying.
so. Oh, man. I'm absolutely psyched for him.
That is wicked.
Incredible.
Wicked.
4.75. Federico Leonardo has just got better and better and better and better throughout this championship.
So, is this the first medal?
Just for speed, yeah.
Just for
Just for
speed
speed,
climbing, yeah.
But the first Indonesian.
A first Indonesian medal this year in the Olympics for
Wow.
Brilliant.
Paris 24.
Incredible.
They just had one bronze medal.
Wow, the Indonesians are emotional. They understand the significance of that. That is huge. Federico Leonardo has become Olympic champion. That is something that he will have for the rest of his life. And it's an amazing achievement.
So cool.
He was one of the favourites going in, but the fact that he was able to pull out those performances time and time again is quite incredible. We're hopefully going to get some actual speed climbers insight on this pretty soon. Have we got them coming up? About 1 minute away as we watch the replay of the finals. That's it. It felt like it was changing leads here the whole time, and then just at the end, but Wu Peng pulled out a time of 4.77.
Yeah.
You
So
guys
I
all
think what's also really exciting is that we've seen the world record and the best ever performances being broken a few times during the Olympics. So I think that just means that it's still a young sport compared to most sports, and so that people are still able to better their best mark like at every comp. So it's really exciting to see and to watch.
Nice. Okay, you'll notice that we've got the headphones on, which means that we are about to do a call, and we're doing a call with Matthew Fall. Matthew Fall, can you hear us?
I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing?
I don't even know. Obviously, I've been just following the finals. A lot of emotions going right now. That was an exciting couple of races, eh?
That was indeed an amazing couple of races. For you, was that result, was that a surprise, or were you thinking that maybe Vedrik could pull that off?
I mean, there were definitely some surprises there. I think Sam coming into this was probably the firm favourite. But like the men's field is so tight up at the top. I mean, you saw just there, like, 3 different guys all running 4.7. There's such like fine margins between these people that it could have gone to anyone. I'm really glad Sam got his world record in at the end there as well. And I think that small final race with Sam, sort of the goat of the new generation, and Reza, the goat of the old generation, it felt like almost poetic. But yeah, I think Vedrik absolutely deserved that win, and such fine margins in the big final race as well. Like, yeah, hats off to all of them, really.
Yeah, that was really awesome, wasn't it? Hi, Matthew, by the way. I don't believe we've ever met before. I'm Matt Wright, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I can't actually see you. I've got like a little icon of you.
No, unfortunately you can't see us. You could watch us side by side with the YouTube video, but yeah, unfortunately you can't see us in the Zoom. We haven't got that far technically.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So what makes a good speed climber, Matthew?
What makes a good speed climber?
Or an excellent speed climber?
I think precision. That's been the thing that's like separated the top athletes here, is like who can run a high level run every single time. Like we've seen, you can be the fastest in qualifying and then make small mistakes in the final, and that can set you all the way back. And the people who are winning today are those who were the most consistent throughout the event. Speed climbing is such a brutal sport, right? Like very small mistakes can have catastrophic consequences. And being able to maintain that sort of high level of precision, both with the hands, the feet, the body positioning, there's so much going on in those 4 or 5 seconds up that wall. And being able to sort of maintain all of those things while still pushing at your absolute top level is really challenging mentally. So I think what we saw here was those who had sort of the stronger mental game versus those who made sort of small mistakes throughout. And, sometimes that is just luck. But, you make your own luck. And there's a reason Vedrik's been so dominant on the World Cup scene, as well as obviously today. And he's one of those athletes who's really good at keeping it together time after time after time.
Yeah, it's really awesome, isn't it? And so, from your perspective, you've got obviously got a lot of experience on the speed run with the World Championships as well. How different is it in a training setup versus doing it in front of thousands of people when they're all watching you? Because I can imagine that really changes things with something like this.
I think the challenge with speed, obviously, the route is always staying the same. So you're trying to like simulate those environments in training as much as possible, so that it doesn't make as big a difference as it can. And I think again that's sort of where the experience comes in. Those who are, experienced in competing in those environments where all the eyes are on you, where you're hearing all this noise. And it can be really, it can definitely like spur you on. You can hear the crowd behind you, and hearing those cheers really does help send you up the wall, as well as racing with someone who's really fast next to you, pushing you as well. And I think that's what we definitely saw in a lot of these final races, like so many personal bests at the top end. I think that was because the bar had just been raised and we could see all these guys sort of pushing each other up the wall. But again, obviously, when you're moving faster, maybe moving faster than you're used to, then that's when the mistakes start to creep in. So being able to maintain a sort of a strong head game during that, in those sort of exciting, high level situations, really separate.
It's really amazing, isn't it? I've just got one last question. So obviously, for most athletes that are really good at this, they're getting times between what's it called? It's about like 4.5 to 6 seconds. That's not a lot of time. Does time almost like slow down when you're on the wall whilst you're doing this, because you must still be able to process what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you sort of, when you're having a very good run on the wall, what I find at least, I don't know, I can't speak for all the athletes, but like you sort of enter this almost flow state where you're not actually thinking about anything. We will practice this run thousands, tens of thousands of times, for these like 4, 5, obviously 6, 7 seconds in the women's field, for those like few seconds of actual time on task. And like you almost find that your brain sort of switches off and your body's just running fully on autopilot. And those are the times when I feel like I'm able to perform at my best, at least. When there's very little conscious thought going on and it's all just your muscle memory and your body running how it's been trained to do so through hours and hours and hours of repetition.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's so interesting. I'd love to give it a go. What's your best time, Matthew?
So in training I've run 5.6, so still a fair way off these guys. And I've always had sort of issues in competition. My current competition best is 5.9, so there's a massive difference there. You'll often find
you say that, but that's not a lot of difference as far as I'm concerned.
0.3 seconds. I mean, but we were seeing 0.003 seconds separating some of these top athletes. Like 0.3 seconds it's not a lot, but it is a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, definitely there's some athletes who really respond well to that pressure. And we see a lot of people who run their lifetime bests in competition because they're, spurred on by the crowd and just by the event as a whole. I think we know for a fact that Sam at least has more in the tank. He's run a number of 4.6s now in training, so it's only a matter of time before he brings them out in competition. I was really hoping he'd do that in the final race, but again, it's still a world record. You can't exactly complain.
I mean, he technically did do it in his final race, but unfortunately, it was a small final rather than the big final, wasn't it?
Well, exactly. He's definitely got more in the tank. So we look forward to seeing what happens in the rest of his season and maybe in future seasons further down the line. And I think that sort of really raised the bar of the whole men's field. We saw it in the women's as well yesterday. Miroslav ran that 6.0 in qualifying, and then suddenly all the women's field decided, oh, actually, I can run 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, and we hadn't really seen that before. It's cool to see these sort of top athletes raising the bar for all their other competitors, both in the men's field and the women's field. So I think we're going to see some pretty exciting times in the coming couple of months and years.
Do you reckon anyone will ever get 4.5?
Oh yeah, I reckon Sam's got it next year.
Wow,
I think 4.5 is definitely achievable for the men's. I have no idea how fast the women's team can get. I think we're obviously going to see people in the 5s within the very near future. Who knows how fast through the 5s they'll get. Maybe 10 years down the line we'll see women starting to push into 4 seconds. Like it's, we said that sub 5 was impossible it's now commonplace. I've stopped making predictions as to what the upper limit is because people seem to keep breaking them.
It's really amazing. Do you have any more questions, Hugo?
No, I was just going to say for one last one was like, what's your plans now? Are you competing on the IFSC tour? Have you got some stops coming up?
Yeah, I've got a couple left. I'm done with all my World Cups for this year. So I finished my World Cup circuit in Chamonix this year, running my competition personal best. So I was really happy with that one. I've got European champs towards the end of August over in Vila. So that's our continental championship event. So really look forward to that one, sort of getting in the last few weeks of training to fine tune things for that. And then I'm finishing off the season with a European Cup over in Bologna, and that's sort of middle of September. And then I'll be done, and then I can take a break.
Sounds great.
But yeah, still a few to go.
I've just got one last question, actually, Matthew. What do you do with your breathing when you're on these routes? Because it almost seems as if you could just hold your breath, but I don't think that's very practical.
No, you definitely could. I mean, the whole sport is entirely anaerobic. It's the same as in like the 100-meter sprint, where you're not you don't need oxygen to replenish your muscles' ATP stores. I know that I take a big deep breath in as I'm about to go to sort of help brace my core so that my core's really tight for the run. And then I think I breathe up there. It's again something I'm not super conscious of while I'm running. I have like a lot of breath work I do before the run to sort of get my mind in the right sort of frame of mind. I've done videos where I've got like GoPros and stuff on, and I can hear myself breathing while I'm going up. But it's not a conscious thing. I think you can maybe get 2 or 3 breaths while you're going, but definitely a big breath in to start with. But breath work's really important for me before the run, definitely. Sort of center myself and focus on the.
It helps a lot with visualization as well, doesn't it? Being able to incorporate breathing into that. It's really interesting hearing your thoughts, because I don't know much at all about speed climbing as a performer.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of rituals that we saw in that event. I think sort of the most famous one now is Sam's little wall kick that he does before he comes out each run. So keep an eye out for that if you didn't see it in that event. Every time he comes out for a run, he will run out, kick the wall before he sets up his pad. And it's just those sort of little rituals that get you into the right frame of mind, because speed is always, it's, with it being a closed skill, like you can prepare to sort of do the same thing every single time. So having that consistency before you get onto the wall is really important. So, I'll do the same sort of routine for the couple of minutes before each run to make sure I'm in the right frame of mind. And each athlete's slightly different. Some are more twitchy, some are more calm, some have their eyes open, some have their eyes closed. Like it's all very individual, but it's whatever works with your psychology,
Yeah, I'm currently watching Sam right now, and he definitely seems on the twitchy side. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of my favorite ones, unfortunately, didn't qualify for the Olympics this year, but it's Patricia Chudziak from over in Poland. She's got sort of one of the most sort of aggressive starts, so that it's always entertaining to watch. And then a lot of the athletes will just be sort of super focused zen in their own zone, and then she's away like punching around to the sides and everything. That's always a fun one to watch. But yeah, everyone will maintain sort of that same routine before they get onto the wall.
Yeah, it's so amazing, isn't it? I love how being just like the routines that athletes go through, and how that can really actually make a big difference to their performance. It's often overlooked, I think, with a lot of athletes that aren't professionals.
For sure. Everyone's got their own little routines. I think for me, a big one's music as well. I think a lot of speed athletes have sort of specific songs to hype them up. My Spotify Wrapped is unlistenable most years, because there's all sorts of random hype songs that are thrown in there that I caught onto once, and then I was like, oh, that works, then we'll listen to it again and again and again and again and again before every single run. It's always an interesting one. I think different athletes respond differently to different things. Yeah,
it's really interesting. How cool.
Nice. Well, man, thanks very much, Matt, for joining us. If people want to climb, if people want to follow Matt on Instagram, it's mf_climbing.
That's right.
Your Instagram channel, right?
That's absolutely right. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, speed climbing related, or about life in general, feel free to shoot me a message. Always happy to, help those get into speed climbing, especially in the UK. I mean, we are still very much a fledgling sport. We're the niche within the niche, but we are growing. Watch this space. Hopefully, I'm firmly believe that the best speed climber in the UK hasn't yet started speed climbing. I really hope that sort of the Olympics is a catalyst for lots of new faces to join our beautiful sport. And hopefully, by 28, we'll have some medalists of our own.
So how many walls are there in the UK and where are they?
Oh, right. So we have my current home wall is EICA Ratho up in Edinburgh. So that's where I'm based right now.
I'll come and join you sometime, Matt. I'll give it a go because I only live in
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Drop us a message. Absolutely. Love to take you up.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
Yeah, we've got one single lane down in Newark at the YMCA. That's one of the newer speed walls now. Excellent place. The staff there are always very friendly, very keen to push the speed climbing. We have, of course, Warwick Sport, which has the 2-lane. I've spent a lot of my time when I was studying down south, heading over there to train. That's where Olympian Josh Brains is originated from. That's where he studied over there, and that's where he took up speed climbing. We've got Summit up in Manchester, over in Oldham. I spent a lot of time training down there this year. Yeah. They've been incredible help. So we've got a small number, but each one has its own little sort of speed climbing community.
That's wicked. I'm so glad to hear that it's growing. I'm really keen to give it a go myself. I can't see myself getting sub 5 anytime soon, but you never know.
Everyone's got to start somewhere, and like it is a weirdly addictive sport. I started in the lead in the boulder and didn't really think speed climbing was for me, but then 5-6 years ago I gave it a go, and it suddenly just captivated me. And there's something really satisfying about having that sort of number above your head. Gives you something to work for, a really concrete thing to work for, and I think that's what really drew me towards the sport. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think we'll have new walls popping up in the coming years. I think there are some plans in development. Fingers crossed that it just helps our sport continue to grow, and we sort of build on the communities that we've already formed.
Wicked. Well, real pleasure to meet you, Matthew. Thanks so much for that. I'm really looking forward to meeting you real soon as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a call about that speed session up in Edinburgh.
Yeah, will do, definitely. I think it'll be within the next couple of weeks. So sorry about that.
Nice. Just bringing people together on Epic TV. Love it. Nice one, Matthew. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for your insights. All the best. Take care, bud. Bye-bye. Okay, we are about to end this live stream because we have got on the podium the guys accepting their medals. If you're still watching, thanks very much. If you enjoyed that interview, thanks very much. The customary selfie on the podium is what we're watching.
Yeah.
But last mention for deals of the day, we've got the Edelrid rope at 42% off in the EpicTV shop, and we've also got the where is it?
Just here. Let me grab it.
The BD Vision helmet at around 37% off.
Sweet deals.
Very sweet deals on the EpicTV shop. We will have a giveaway in the coming days again. We've already had 2 giveaways coming up, but we're going to have some more. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow for the men's medals to be decided. All the best.
Bye. Tomorrow, guys. See ya.